Dan,
Bob,
Eric
from GigaBoots.com, and welcome to GigaBoots podcast number 56. You didn't name that before I arrived. See, I didn't actually do the news roundup or anything today, so this isn't on me.
No,
What are we naming it?
should have
it's
thought.
Podcast 56. I think it's a good name.
How about this? We'll name it.
56 Game Studio.
You know, Bob, I'm gonna go ahead and
Game
say
Company.
Game Company.
Yeah, okay, there, fine. Bob, this whole we should name it what number it is thing got sick in the last podcast before we rebooted it 80 episodes ago. But yes, no, I'm fine with 56-Game Company. And welcome. Hey, how are you guys doing today?
We're feeling fat and sassy.
Oh, that's good. Bob, you gonna let him talk for you like that?
I don't know if I'm feeling fat and or sassy.
Okay, maybe just one or the other.
Maybe I'm just fat and sassy.
So fat. So hey, we're here to talk about video games and the news and stuff, and we got some cool news, some stuff dropped right after last week's podcast that we get to talk about.
I was informed we were going to be talking about apples and apple-related issues.
No, that's a brand of deli meat I was talking about called Applegate.
Oh, right.
That's
okay.
completely different.
So we're talking about deli meat.
yes.
Good.
I thought it was applesauce.
No.
What?
Applesauce is a food.
Okay.
Applegate isn't, it turns out, a bunch of assholes on the internet yelling at each other about apples and then insisting it's about ethics in produce.
I thought it was about a gate made exclusively of apples.
See, that would make sense, right? But I've been to at least one farm that was Applegate Farms, normal gate.
What?
Fucking
False
dicks.
advertising.
Fucking dicks.
Maybe the gate was made of applewood
Call
trees.
up the Better
Wait.
Business Bureau.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't ask. And I didn't try to smoke bacon with it either. So, hey, Eric, we found this amazing thing.
Whoa.
We're to do random talk. This is where we talk about whatever's on our mind. Hey,
Whoa.
yo. Whoa. In any case, me and Bob found this cool YouTube channel. It's called America's Test Kitchen. Have you ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar.
So they have 39 videos
Gotcha.
that are all extremely diligent reviews of kitchen hardware.
Cool.
We're talking, so then we did 750 cuts with this knife on a glass board and took it over to MIT to do a microscopic scan to see how the sharpness held up.
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
We marathoned all 39 that night at 5 in the morning.
Yes.
It was so good. Like, it was fucking church in there. I'm screaming at the TV, yes!
Praise Jesus.
Praise the Lord! The bottom of that blender is a semi-sphere. Yeah, they pointed out like the better blenders, they aren't flat at the bottom. They actually make a dome.
Oh.
And that allows the suction motion of the whirring blades to continue its momentum downwards so it actually goes faster.
Neat.
Yeah.
And just the opposite for mixers.
Yep. Exactly. So they had
I have things to do when I get home.
Yeah, right? They had, what do they call it? Stand mixers for making pizza doughs and things. And holy shit, most of those didn't do well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out making really wet and really dry, it was just the really wet doughs were fucking them up. Like,
Right.
You-
The
they-
$700
always-
ones was like getting screwed.
getting fucked.
Wow.
They're like, this one broke, but if you just hold it down, it still works. And they're super diligent. They do a huge range. Turns out the best knife you can get in the world is like $30.
Cool.
It is
Well,
cool.
no, the best other than the one that was like $140.
Well, I was about to go into that. See, they did one review on normal knives, stainless steel. And then they did another review on 12 different hybrid knives that are carbon body stainless steel hybrids. And they're like, now the problem with these is that you actually, it'll rust over time if you don't keep it dry. It'll turn black if you don't clean it right, blah, blah, blah. And then they could still only find 2 knives out of all 12 of those or whatever that were sharper than the $30 knife. And they were $120 and $140, I believe. And they're like, so just get the $30 one and you don't have to worry about cleaning it as much.
Seriously.
It was an incredible channel, America's Test Kitchen. Eric, do you have any random stuff to talk about?
Well, we're talking about stuff that's on our minds, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Tits.
Tits. Oh, yeah. Tits are weird, right? They're like, I mean, cool. They're awesome.
Tits are good? Good.
Sweater puppies, right? Am I right? They're like, and you're like, whoa,
Good, bad, you decide.
you decide. We bring you the facts. Tits.
No, honestly, now
Tweet to 7227 your thoughts on tweets or on tits. Oh my god.
So we've been playing games. I think we should not talk about what's on our minds right now.
Bob, you ate at Chipotle.
I did.
How was that?
Chipotle?
I've never been to Chipotle.
That was okay, but yeah, not as good as Moe's Southwest Barbecue.
Yeah,
Not barbecue. Southwest Grill. That's
Southwestern Grill. Yeah. So in one of the behind the scenes videos, I think it was the one where we were filling the sandbags and stuff. So we took the camera to the beach and did a cool trip. We ate, Tosh and I, at Chipotle. And in that video, and I immediately conveyed this to Bob afterwards, I'm like, yeah, this is really bad. Like, worse than Moe's and more expensive. And it has a much more, like Chipotle is really well known. That's renowned. They pay on a good money on advertising, so I knew what it was well before it got here. Moe's, I still haven't seen an ad for Moe's that they've been here for years now.
Yeah, I don't know if that's more of a like smaller area thing. It probably is. Like just
No, there was one down in Tampa.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying even that's a smaller area compared to Chipotle, which is like, you know, nationwide.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so you thought it was okay? You got some pulled pork thing.
Yeah, pulled pork. It's hard. It's hard to go wrong with pulled pork. I
Take the pork and you pull it.
And yet all I ever hear is you being like, I tried their pulled pork, it sucked.
Okay, this is true. There's some people who really screw it up.
You need to season it.
But
You monsters!
I think the only one I can say that is just like, oh man, this is awful is Lenny's Sub Shop.
Yeah.
And
Well, there's that burrito place in town. I thought you
not
said
a
that
burrito.
was bad.
yeah, that place. That's a barbecue place, sadly enough.
Barbecue. That's
Yeah.
even sadder for them to get them out. I don't know.
Right. So those two are the only ones that were primary offenders on pulled pork.
Okay.
Weirdly-
I'm writing this down.
Weirdly, back for like last year, Burger King had a pulled pork sandwich that was stupid, weirdly good.
Huh.
Yeah, I heard they had a pulled pork sandwich that's like, I should get that. Checks wallet. No, I shouldn't. But,
I would like to have tried
That's cool.
that.
It was. I really enjoyed it. It was like, this can't. Why is this so good? Help.
Because Firehouse Subs, like, you wouldn't think they would have a really good one. They did, and I was like, what the? What?
And I told Bob, I was
What
like,
is this?
hey, you go to Chipotle, you get a pulled pork thing. That's cheating. That's like going to McDonald's once, getting a McRib, and go, yeah, McDonald's is good.
McDonald's is great.
It's like, one,
have quality
nothing
food
else
there.
at McDonald's is like the McRib. Two, you're still lying.
Yeah, that McRib is awful.
Yeah.
And definitely not pulled pork.
I think I ate it once. I'm still not sure. I'm like, was that a McRib or a weird freezer burger?
Did it taste like a hot dog?
It tasted like composite meat. The word I've just
not
invented. Yes. The incredible meat. Meat.
It's the incredible edible meat.
Yes, the incredible edible. Medible?
Metal.
It's so medable! So in any case, video games, what have you been playing, Eric? Bob.
What was the name of that game on the? They just released the Vita demo last week.
Oh,
Eterno Blade?
Eterno Blade.
I actually kind of enjoyed that.
It was not. It's just. Ooh, the faces.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
it's clearly
It's a
a cheaper
PS2
production.
game, yeah.
It's apparently made in Thailand.
Great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I was like, this
Do they not have access to faces? Human faces.
I don't know.
there?
Maybe not. Maybe
As
there's-
models. They did their best guess.
No, that actually was exactly how that model looked.
Oh no. yeah. When her shocked face of so bad.
So you can move your eye sockets. Am I to understand that? They're just shifting up and down slightly with the different faces.
But yeah, that game feels kind of like a sort of Castlevania-y, but
Yeah, a
with
little bit.
combos
Yeah,
and stuff.
and you can like upgrade your combos.
Castlevania.
There's like bits of
like Curse
equipment.
of Darkness, Lament of Innocence, or
No, like side scroller, like
So it's 2D,
it's 2D but with
but
3D
with 3D graphics.
It's a bit of
Crazy.
It's a bit of Symphony of the Nighty. It's kind of
Okay.
Metroidvania. It's got the different rooms that you can go to that you can check on a map. You upgrade you level up.
You hear that, Koji Igarashi? People are eating your lunch. Why are you letting them do that? Bunch of Thai fuckers. Go and make a new game.
I found it hilarious when I was looking up. I saw the Japanese name, which is actually more intelligible. It's like Time Avenger.
Yeah, because there's a time
Time
mechanic.
Adventure.
Like it was. If
Yeah,
you die, you can like rotate the stick counterclockwise to rewind time and.
Oh,
Right.
That's
Yo-
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have only like so many like uses of that on your time bar.
And there's some other really weird way to use the time mechanic where it's like you move or
like a dash? Wasn't it the dash?
The dash is there too, but it's something where everything else goes in slow motion except you, or it goes in reverse.
I don't know. You got farther, I guess, in the demo than I did. I gave up pretty quick.
It was one or the other. I
Looking at their faces,
being weird.
So hard.
It is hard. You've seen them.
I saw them. If I had to talk to people like that, I would have already quit my job. Man. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm looking at this Venture Brothers sitting on this table being
so
like,
good.
marathon me.
Bring over Tosh. We'll marathon it.
Bring over the Tosh and we'll marathon it.
Yeah, she hasn't seen it.
I brought my Tosh.
Where's
Cool.
yours?
And then you take a beer, like a glass bottle beer, and we make them touch, and it makes a like cheers sound. Tink, tink.
Yeah. Well, you said she hasn't seen it. And I'm willing to watch it all
So
again
how
with
many
someone who
seasons of Adventure Brothers are there total? Does anyone?
They've finished fully 5, and the next one will be the 6th season.
Yeah. Okay.
That they teased
Which
with their
one
Christmas
day
special.
they will make.
One day soon in the year 2029.
But
So, okay, if you don't want to hear Venture Brothers spoilers, skip 15 seconds ahead, maybe 20. I am so sad that he's not actually David Bowie.
He was never David Bowie.
I know, but I wanted to believe.
Second season.
You may have skipped that episode. When we
That
were
was
watching
the
those,
finale of the season
Okay.
2. How we could not? That was one of the best episodes.
dude, you
ever.
were like a madman with a shotgun when it came to skipping episodes. You're like, I don't remember this being good, Skip, and I didn't get a vote. I was like, oh, and then it was great because I was like, this can't be working out right. Like this series has like a lot of plot elements
wait.
that tie into each other. We would get 4 episodes later, and you'd be like, by the way, in that episode I skipped.
Wait, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought that now that I'm thinking about it,
Right?
It's why we need to marathon it.
Yeah, huh?
To remind
Exactly.
ourselves.
So that way we
and
can
I need
be,
to buy the next 2 seasons.
so that way we can be fully involved in this plot that the people themselves don't have any idea where it's going.
Yes.
They're like, see, you think we're brilliant just putting these seeds in the background of it. No, we just keep killing people, so we look back at
man.
older episodes and go, that one.
fucking
He's now an important character.
fucking Doc Hammer or
Yeah.
he's awesome because he's like,
Yeah.
fuck, we don't fucking know what we're doing. What do you think? We're smart or something?
We're just pulling a season out of our ass at a time. And then spending years making them.
God, I wish that like the creator of Bleach was more like that. Just
Right?
admitted that no, man, I don't know.
Well,
No one
admittedly, he would have to write 1/10 as much Bleach.
This is true.
Because holy shit, Venture Brothers is on
Wait.
season 6 in
No,
2015.
no, Naruto ended. Bleach is still going.
Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah, Bleach will never end.
Bleach will never die, which is weird and fitting with its
They
theme.
took away his show. He's now off of life support. Eventually, he'll just fucking like.
We're just waiting.
I
for
heard that
hill
it
wilt.
had some medical issues recently and
yeah.
had
yeah.
to take a few weeks off.
What is that? They canceled your show, sir. No. Gets hospitalized immediately.
Yep.
I mean, have you ever been rich? It might work like that. I don't know.
I don't feel good. I'm in a hospital. Whoa.
I don't feel good. How's the stock price? It like slams onto the ground.
What's my ranking?
Don't tell my investor.
No, that's pro gaming, Bob. What's my ELO score? Falls out.
What's my KDR?
He loses one match and goes American Psycho cross-eyed like eggshell white. Fucking. So about video games.
Yes, I also
other
played Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker.
Oh, how is Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker for $40 on the Wii U?
It seems all right.
Cool.
Great,
It
moving
is.
on.
It is $40. That makes sense. Have you been doing that thing where it's like, oh, to get the best rating?
I was doing that with pretty much all the stages until I got like pretty
Until I
far.
realized, fuck this.
Basically, because one of them like asked for something I just really didn't want to do. Like it was just annoying. Like
Jumping jacks? No way.
find the golden mushroom. I didn't see a golden mushroom anywhere. I got every coin. Ah, great. And then another one where it was like, or get so many coins, and I felt like I scouted the whole level twice and couldn't find enough coins, and I didn't do
It's
that.
like, no.
Whatever, going on.
I say to you, Toad, Captain Toad, no.
You can track your treasures elsewhere.
Good day, sir.
Somebody reminded me Roddy McDowell's dead, and I was sad. I was like, man, his voice. That was the guy who played one of the more important roles in the Planet of the Apes series. He has that cool, aristocratic sounding voice. And he is a famous actor outside of it.
He was the main male one, though, right?
Yes, correct. The two scientists, chimpanzees.
You're right. What is that? I feel like
I don't know. He
Cornelius?
Yeah, he was Cornelius, and then his son was Caesar.
Okay.
Yeah, he constantly he switched characters a lot.
Okay.
At least twice. Maybe more actually. But yeah, he was in every movie except for the second one, which is hilarious because that's my favorite. I love the audacity of a movie to pick up 10 seconds after the predecessor. Like, yeah. That's so good. Every movie, no matter how much of a concept piece and a character piece and all sorts of things like that, no matter how much it's focused on the development and change of this one person, the sequel should take place 10 seconds later. So Die Hard starts when he leaves the bill.
Fight Club 2.
Yeah.
Whoa, shit, whoa.
That's happening this year, Dark Horse Comics.
Oh, okay. It's not
Chuck
a movie, but it's a
Palahniuk.
comic. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the original was a book. What's weird is the new one's a comic.
Huh.
Still written by
It's
Chuck
not even
Palahniuk.
an adaptation. It's just the move to comic.
No,
that is weird. Yeah,
and I don't think it's called Fight Club 2. I think it's called Tyler Durden Lives. And
Fight
it's
Club harder.
Yeah.
Fighter Club.
No. What is it? Live Free Fight Club.
Yes.
Either that or Fight Free Club Hard. Your choice. Your choice. Bob, have you been playing anything? Well, actually, you know what, Captain Toad?
We said it was
you want to give
vaguely enjoyable.
Give an opinion on that?
Yeah, there are certain things in it I like, and then there's other things where it's like, oh, we're going to use this doubling mechanic from Super 3D World, and for my experience, that wasn't that fun.
Okay, I gotta ask you.
What's up?
When you boot up the game, and you got that title screen, right? Does the title screen do that shitty ragtime over the top super habit do 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 that 3D World got stuck in my head for the last year?
I don't remember.
Well, then probably not.
Because you would remember.
I didn't leave it there for too long. Interestingly enough, if you have a save data from 3D World, it opens up another whole set of levels.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that. I like games building value out of you having
more games.
The first level
more games.
is literally just the entire first level from 3D World, but you have to traverse it as Toad, and it's super weird.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Do you have games? Would you like more game?
Yeah. Yes.
Please. Yeah, please.
I would love more game. Do you have more game?
I have this game. Do I have more game?
Oh, Jason! Have you been playing anything else?
Can't think of anything too relevant. No.
Okay, Eric, do you want to go?
I've been playing more.
I've been playing
Final Fantasy 14, and there's really
A Realm Reborn.
A Realm Reborn.
It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You get to say that.
And the only thing is that I'm really feeling it. I'm really feeling the grind. Like up until like level 40 out of 50 levels, it's like smooth and breezy, and now I'm like, I have to actually do other things to level up. It's weird. It's not just like butter now. But then I found the daily quest and went, oh no, there goes my life.
No.
So that's all I'll say about
into
that.
the pit.
I noticed that Heroes of the Storm feels like that of, daily quests. I need to play 3 matches today or else I don't get a new one tomorrow.
No, Steve. Steve's on top of this.
Yeah?
All you have to do to get the daily quest is just log in.
Right, but you can only hold 3 at once.
Right, so you do that 2 days in a row, and on that 3rd day, you do all 3 because a lot of them might have overlap. Because it would be like...
I have 3 that have no overlap right now.
You don't... Okay, so what are they?
Plays a warrior class 3 times, plays a specialist class 3 times, and playing an assassin class 3 times.
Good job.
Yeah.
None of them were just win.
No, none.
You win, great.
Is there an assassin specialist?
The only specialist available this week is Asmodan. I don't even want to do that.
I'm so special. Let me just piss lava everywhere.
What's his ultimate moves?
Pierced moves.
Yeah.
Ugh, indeed.
Have you been playing anything else?
Yes, I have been playing. I played through it twice. The Unfinished Swan. I got that.
Okay.
I finally got around to playing it.
Cool.
That is a very interesting game. It is super short. It reminds me a lot a little bit of like shorter games like
Gone Home?
Antichamber.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like you can kind of...
Where it's like, fucking with your head.
Fucking with your head a little bit, but it's in a like a fanciful like storybook way. Yay. And it was just really cool. And I mean,
I'm fucking with your head. Woo!
I mean, not as much fucking as Antichamber, which I love that.
I didn't beat it.
Yeah?
I got really close to the end, and I'm like, oh, my brain.
Oh, my brain. Yeah,
I really need to play that.
It's so good.
I heard it is going to support Oculus.
Oh my
I
god.
may have been wrong on that.
Oh my god. I might
Some
actually
of those
play
optical
Antichamber
illusions
on
may not even work in 3D.
It reminds me of it also because it sort of introduces new like gameplay bits as it goes, because there's 4 chapters in Unfinished Swan, and each one kind of introduces a new, like, this is how you interact with this part of the level.
In the Sony gaming community, we like to call Unfinished Swan the US. So if you could just keep calling it US over and over throughout this, that would really make this conversation shorter.
The us.
The us.
The Swan.
It's like, man, I love GOW. Yeah, I love Gears too. What? No, I meant God of War. Oh, we're both assholes. We should stop using that acronym. That was a bad time on the internet.
Yeah,
in any case,
it's not great.
So 4 chapters.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean,
new elements.
I was playing it. I was streaming it, which, by the way, I stream sometimes.
He does.
If you wanna,
so you
if
can
wanna
follow
watch
him
me.
on Twitter.
You can follow me on Twitter, and you can find me on the Twitch if you want.
He's got an account.
I've got an account. On Twitch, it's Wordomancer.
So look out.
And
on Twitter, it is Everyday Heretic.
Everyday Heretic, yes. So, if you want to listen to me ramble on about nothing.
Some person just goes to Twitter. Everyday Hexen. He's not here.
Yeah. But, I streamed
Quake?
it. I believe...
Everyday Duke Nukem. I don't know. What was his name? Sorry, what?
And now I'm just subscribed to John Carmack and John Romero.
When I made Hexen, you didn't do that.
I don't think you did that.
I think
sure
you don't know who you're talking to. I made
In essence,
everything.
He made it because he made the first computer. This bot. Oh, this is cool. Where did it come from? My brain. Oh shit. I'll do it again. Ugh.
He also made the internet and electricity.
He wills it into
Yeah.
existence. He made computers, the internet, and electricity. And also magnetism? Sure.
Fucking John Carmack sitting there with fucking John Romero, and after he made Daikatana, he's like, see? This is what happens when I give you my power. Your mind goes to the darkest place.
Anyway, I was streaming it, and I think it was what.
Is that what this is about?
Carmack being Dr. Manhattan would be incredible. Something about he looks pretty the same, but ripped from the neck down, and has a blue face and the circle. I'm sorry, you stream.
Nothing.
Yes.
No, I'm out.
No, you stream.
I stream-
apparently.
I
What do you
stream-
stream? Are they video games?
Yes, they are video games.
Okay. Do you review kitchenware?
No. Moving on.
Moving right along.
While I was streaming, I think Wakana made the point that it seems sort of like a pile of mechanics, but with
14 or unfinished one.
Unfinished.
Okay.
Us. US.
You stream 14 a lot,
Yes.
so I just need to make sure.
I was like, maybe I shouldn't stream 14. What should I stream? Rosa Chan's like, anything else, please.
Thank you. Meanwhile, I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna pick up everything in The Last of Us. Join me, won't you? And they're like, sure. And then they're like,
He missed that one.
But
no, I've got a guide.
Oh,
I've got a guide. I do not go through a Naughty Dog game being like, I'm sure I can just see them all. Fucking Left Behind.
I'll get all these comic books. It's fine.
Crawling behind a diner counter, crouching and going over to an area, and I'm like, here's a page.
I found it.
Let me just.
Good thing.
So in any case,
But
made
I
the
would
comment.
say it is.
Wait. I thought we were on somebody making a comment
Wakana
about
talked
it's
about,
a pile of
it
mechanics,
seemed to be
right?
a pile of mechanics, and it kind of is. But each chapter has its own kind of mechanics. So
Its own pile.
It's the game itself. I could beat it in less than 2 hours, so nothing really outstays its welcome.
Okay.
It introduces a new thing, like this is how you interact with this part of the game, and you do it. But before you get tired of it, you're done with it, and you move on to the next part. What's up? What'd I do?
I'm tearing up because I'm just like, oh, hey, he bought that. That means I can play it on my PS4 because my PS4 is your main PS4.
Yes.
I'm tearing up like, I should go to fucking Walmart, buy one of their cameras so I can face cam it, strap my head with a beer hat, And just be wearing some extreme gamer gear as I'm just like eyeing the game down like it's an intense MOBA or something like actions per minute on the rise. We got commentators in the room.
No, that is a slow.
He's throwing a ball. He sees a thing.
A balloon. Hit the balloon with the paint.
Do it.
But that game is really cool. It's short enough. There's like, wow, I can't get sick of it. And I played through it. It's like gaming candy. It's just like really enjoyable. You do it quick and it's done. It's like,
yeah,
it's awesome.
Like a lot of like the neat thing about old games, like on the NES, a lot of them were shorter, so you could just play through them and play them again. And the cool thing about games of that length, they're a lot more polished generally than games that try to be either infinite through procedural programming or just they have a lot of content because we made a lot of content. So I always find those experiences neat. Does it stay novel pretty much the whole time through?
Yeah, because it changes mechanic. You still have the very first part, the part that is most advertised. You throw the paintball into a pure white world and it hits objects and you can see where things are. But that's like the first 10 minutes maybe, if that. And the rest of it is you can see things. So,
that's awesome.
And it changes up. Like you still have the ball, but it does different things and you interact with the world in different ways and getting through to the goal to find that fucking swan because it keeps running away.
Did you buy it or is it
I bought it on
PlayStation Plus?
I bought it. I bought it on. It was on super sale about a while back. It was like $5. So I was like, I'll do that. Sure.
Right. That game seems interesting enough for that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I want to talk about one of the chapters, but I don't want to ruin it for Dan.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. Play the
where
Unfinished
aggro
Swan.
will be.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, then we'll have an unfinished Swan cast.
It'll be like a book reading club where people,
don't read books.
we just tell them, hey, go read this. We're going to talk about it next time. And then they didn't read it. And they're like, oh, this is so much easier.
Oh, I love not doing things.
Did you play Transistor?
Okay. I didn't play Transistor. Okay. I love the shit out of Bastion.
Right.
The first Supergiant game. I love it so much.
I feel like you are lucky what you're about to say is happening when aggro isn't here. But continue.
And I'm not saying, I can't I'm having a really hard time bringing myself to play Transistor, and I don't... Every time I start, maybe I'm afraid to love again.
Yeah.
Maybe it's so, different.
I know that the turn-based thing made me a little bit.
The turn-based thing made me a little bit
I don't enjoy it as much as I do just
as
running
straight up
around
action,
stuff,
bashing things with a hammer.
like Bastion did.
The setting, is a bit more depressing because
you are using the souls of dead people as attacks.
Yeah.
That kind of has that effect.
Even though, Bastion wasn't exactly the happiest thing,
Right.
Either. You wake up and the world has ended,
Right.
And everyone's dead except for you and an old man who's narrating your life. Who won't shut the fuck up. But I don't know. I'm I listen to the soundtrack and it's sadder and it's doesn't get me as jazzed as Bastion's. It's I feel like it's just I want to enjoy it. I love it. I want to play it, but at the same time I can't do it.
Okay. New assignment for next week's podcast. Everyone play through Bastion, all of it, and read the second half of the Never-Ending Story.
Yeah?
And we're going to find out if they're the same damn thing.
I'm scared to do that.
You're like, this game's amazing, reads it. Shit! Still smiling from how good it was both times. Man, that would be terrible. I don't want to do that either. If you've done both, I would be impressed, if any of our fans read the Never-Ending Story,
As
the
opposed
book.
to watch, yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to watch it, because the movie was super popular, but the book was just a German book that didn't get translated until after the movie, I think.
Oh, jeez, I didn't realize.
Yeah, it was a German book, and then the author was fucking pissed when he saw what they were doing with the movie. He's like, you missed the fucking point. But in any case.
And I believe that's about
Okay.
it.
Well, I know what.
I also played the Hardline beta.
Oh, yeah, you did.
That lasted, what, was that 20 minutes?
Something like that, yeah. 30 minutes, maybe 40, but that wasn't too long. So it's Battlefield 4 Juggalo Hard Cop Edition. Juggalo Hard hyphenated. For anyone
Gotcha.
at home who's interested in Juggalo Hard.
Yes.
In this case. What, comments?
That is Battlefield 4 again. I don't know how they it's been a full year, more than that. And
Yeah.
it feels like the exact same game with a skin
But they wanted cops.
for some reason.
Well, Battlefield 4 seemed to work for them.
Not so much.
Really?
4 got lots of really bad rep for launching terribly.
that's-
Yeah,
that's
it was.
true.
It
It
was
had issues for
about
months.
a month and a half. It was real bad. I hear. Personally, I had the least problems. I mean, on PC, it was a fucking firestorm.
Yes.
For months.
You had that whole account issue transferring over thing, but
Yeah, but
a
that
lot
was-
of people didn't even get to play. Apparently, I was able to get into games, but
Yeah, once I figured out why Origin was having a shit fit with my account, which was insane, I made a new account,
right.
hooked that up to my PSN, and then said, hey, let's play. And I never had a problem where I joined an online game and had any of the issues I heard there were countless of. And I was playing while people were saying that those countless issues were happening. I think the only one I had was the audio one.
Yeah,
And that was a non-issue for me, because it mostly happened in non-important parts where it's like, that vehicle driving by is insanely loud for some reason, and it's like far away. So you're just seeing a vehicle go across the street, 2 street intersections down, and it's just like on top of you sound-wise, and you're like, cool.
Dang.
This is some good shit. What are you on? Oh, I put acid in my ears. Not the best plan.
Could you talk quieter? You're
Really blue. He's so blue.
But I've been seeing they've been releasing some Easter egg reload animations, which are just absurd.
Okay.
And I
like
kind of wish the
what?
whole game was that.
What
because
even?
a third arm comes out to hand you a gun.
Incredible! I might buy that game for that. I would buy that game, and then if they sold that for money, I would buy it. That is so incredible. Just here you go.
Does it pat you on the head afterwards?
Ooh, thank you. He just gives you the thumbs
You
up
go,
and just
oh, thank you, third arm, and then you just start screaming, and you can't stop until you get killed again.
You just stare at your hands, screaming until someone shoots you.
But yeah, I was watching those. I was like, why isn't the whole game just this insane? If it was, I would be totally down for this.
Right? That would be incredible. I mean, because then you would own the Juggalo attitude.
Yes.
Which I feel like, what was it? You were in a vehicle, escaping the police and playing some anti-establishment music.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like,
fuck the police music,
sort of
basically.
thing. It was pretty great. I was enjoying that.
Like, that was the first song. Like, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, I was like, okay, good. They got the attitude down. The sub isn't loud enough, but...
Yeah, the flip side, you play as the cops, and it's like the most made-up, fake, not real song ever. Cops are awesome! Yeah, I love cops! No one
It
has
sounds
ever
like
made
Miami
that song.
Sound Machine. Cops are awesome. Yeah.
I love law enforcement.
Meanwhile, you're like, and then the good guys in my brain flashes to like, oh yeah, like military dudes. They're just blaring Rammstein as they gun down innocents and villains alike.
Wow. Shit.
Yep, that's probably more accurate.
Oh no.
But the cops are awesome, hilarious, much like Third Arm.
Ooh, what have you been playing, Dan?
I've been playing a lot, but I noticed both of you missed a game that you've been playing.
Was it Smash?
Smash Bros, where I went 3-0 with you, Eric.
He has to bring that up every week.
Because it's fun. I did it once.
Oh.
And then you're like, what the fuck was it? I'm like, welcome to Shulk!
Welcome
and then
to
you-
Shulk
And then
Town.
you Samused.
Yeah, and then I Samus.
Look, projectiles. And I'm like, I haven't had to deal with, I'm really feeling these feelings.
Hey, I mixed it up. Man, it wasn't just projectiles. I just had them.
Yeah, right, but like, I don't know how to deal.
If it's not Gordo shaped, you don't know how to deal with it.
Exactly, because his like slowly moving blade around center of mass is like perfect for dealing with Gordos.
Yeah.
Gordos are like, fuck me.
But then like,
flies away.
I'll slowly move my... Is that a missile?
A couple times I did chop through the missile.
It's true.
But
yeah,
then like
no,
some
the
of those
best
moves,
time was you chopped through the missile to murder me
Yeah.
and win the match.
and it was pretty Segoya shit.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
I was really feeling it.
And past that, I actually, because Tosh got to town after that day, back from the Philippines, where she's been.
The Philippines.
Philippines. Pillow penis. Where she's been for a month.
So comfy.
I started playing Smash Bros. On the 3DS again. And there was a moment where I played a 2 level 9 CPU free-for-all with me. And I lost first match, and I go, oh no, are my friends just shit at Smash? But then I started winning like crazy, and I was like, okay, it's just this fucking controller.
Great.
So,
I just had to acclimate myself to this horse
just
shit.
fucking circle pad to this pillow dick.
Pillow dick.
Pillow penis. Pillow penis. So hey guys.
Hey.
Let's talk about... never mind. Let me talk about my games.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about the new 3DS XL.
Oh,
and how
okay.
2 of us have tried it.
Oh no.
Which 2? Find out later in today's episode of the GigaBoots podcast.
You gotta stick around. You need to know.
Be sure to tweet out hashtag
If you make it this
GBPC.
far, tweet at us so we know you're a true fan.
That is kind of how that works, I guess.
is.
But we don't ask for it because that makes you a douche.
Slightly?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Tweet at us so that way we can go to sleep at night. Wow, that's sad.
Knowing that you managed to listen to this point. Yeah.
20 minutes, 30 minutes in.
20
Good fucking job. So, I had a whole day where me and Tosh were just dating, you know, doing the whole, like,
Day.
this is our date day. And I still managed to get 98% of the trophies on Resogun. Because there were time periods
Dan
where
treats his girlfriend good.
where things needed to happen, where it was just like, I'm going to be doing nothing. And she has resigned herself, like it was 1 a.m. or something, and I was waiting on a thing. She has resigned herself to checking out, she does BJDs, ball jointed dolls.
Right.
Blowjob dicks.
Blowjob dicks. She blowjob dicks.
BJ's. Oh, there was a D. I already have a D. I don't need a D in that.
I don't need more D's in my life.
So in any case, got most of the trophies on that. That was fun. Playing the PS3 version, you get to see, because it's a full screen, it's 720p, you get to see a lot of where they cut the corners a lot better. It's pretty funny. You know, you can see around the whole cylinder in Resogun.
Yeah.
By about 90 degrees back, either direction, so halfway, one could say, back, the whole game runs at 30 frames per second, so it already looks choppy compared to the PS4 version. Every enemy is now animating at 15. Ugh. So it looks hilarious at that point, where you're just seeing them, like, because a lot of their animations are spinning. So it already looks kind of choppy at 30. At 15, it's like, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. So the compromises are neat. I loved platinuming that game again. There's only like one real platinum or one real trophy left, where it's like, get through the game unexperienced without completely dying, you jackass. And then the other 3 are beat the game as ship.
Good.
So I'm basically done with that. But what I also did, and this was her doing, not mine, I played through Left Behind, the DLC for The Last of Us.
Oh, okay.
I played that
I was
on
like,
the PS4
not
remastered version.
the other Left Behind. Shit.
We watched the movie Left Behind with Nicolas Cage.
No.
Nicolas Cage! It was really good. It was really well done. It actually, the story takes place, as I'm sure numerous people have mentioned before and the people listening have heard before. It takes place at 2 different points in the timeline. So it takes place both before and during. And the during part they pick to do it at is the perfect time. It is right after Joel gets stabbed through with a rebar.
Okay, I figured that's where it'd be.
So it really explains like how they got out of there, what happened after that, and how Ellie dealt with it sort of element, while also going into her backstory. So it is really, really, really Ellie focused and fleshes out her character even more in a way that's great.
Actually a vampire, yeah.
Turns out that's why she didn't turn, boy. She's a fucking vampire.
So the cure, is this the cure or really a disease?
Oh. Out.
I'm out.
Get there.
References are jokes, people. That's what that is.
Do you guys like names?
Joel was Frankenstein.
Do you like names that make you remember things?
Well, have I got a list for you? David Cassidy. I don't.
Hey, Arnold.
Huh. Okay.
David Cross.
Oh no. Not that asshole.
Power Ranger.
Bimmy and Jimmy Lee. Yes. Okay, so in any case, there's this moment in it because it's the story takes place between Ellie and a really, really close childhood friend.
Yeah.
There's a moment where her friend, because she knows her so well, gets her. If you check your inventory at the beginning, she has terrible joke books on her person, like just pun joke books that are just awful. And about 2/3 or whatever through this, her friend gives her another one. And then you get the option, hit triangle to tell a joke or hit circle to quit. They wrote 20 of them, and it's a full dialogue between each of them for all of them.
That's pretty great.
When a clock gets hungry, it goes back 4 seconds. Because it goes back for seconds.
Oh my god.
And you keep clicking through, and they're all like...
That is some 7, 8, 9 shit.
Yeah, it is all that. It is pretty fucking great how terrible it is. Like, what did the cannibal get when he was late to the party? A cold shoulder. Eric melted, sorry. We're gonna have to sponge him up and reconstitute a host. But yeah, I really enjoyed that DLC. What I did for my playthrough is there's a difficulty they added. May have just been in the remastered version. I don't know. I think that's the case. And it's like called something ridiculous, like hardened. And it's like some uber grounded.
Grounded, yeah.
Grounded.
I think that was actually
so hard.
In one of the patches for the original. I think it got in there, like the very last patch.
Because on the PS4, it has its own trophy set.
Jeez.
It's beautiful. They separate it from the main game because they're like, we don't want to do that.
Don't even.
But like, so, okay, much like, Chrono Trigger and stuff, there's, start a new game and then there's New Game Plus. So the 2 trophies for Grounded. Beat Grounded. Beat Grounded Plus.
Be grounded for a week.
I'm just like, ow. But no, on the DLC I played as the difficulty right below that, the sane one, and I played through on that. It was pretty hard, but it was a nice, enjoyable experience. Like, in a game like that, I'm not super frustrated by the game being hard, because Naughty Dog's fairly good at balancing that stuff. Especially in The Last of Us, where you aren't aiming over your shoulder at a guy a million miles away and he's getting headshots. Like, Uncharted 1 was really bad about that.
Yeah, I noticed the Last of Us, there's a whole bunch of, it's all set up, like,
you have a lot of options.
Stealth.
Yeah, you have a lot of options. You can just like hit them in the face with a brick and then just come up and melee them, which is a great way to deal with that if you don't have bullets.
I like the melee was you just shaking your arms up and
Yeah,
down.
well, maybe that is it for Ellie. You won't know until you play Left Behind, the Nicolas Cage movie. And I had a really fun experience playing through on that difficulty and then just playing through on an easy one doing the collect everything. What's up?
I was just thinking of what if Ellie just had all the kill animations from the multiplayer mode. So all of them are like, throw them to the ground, put the gun against their head and fire.
Like Tomb Raider-esque, like horrible murder.
Yes, exactly. What was that? I was making some joke
Rise
about
of the Ellie Raiders.
I was making some joke about Ellie stomping her foot on someone's head while they're on the ground as hard as Isaac from fucking Dead Space. You just hear metal thudding sounds and she's like, like, wow, Ellie, what the fuck? How did you have any friends ever?
She does it like her thigh explodes out of her pants.
She had friends out of fear.
Out of fear and respect.
And respect.
I respect you. Is that why your pants are wet? Yes. Liquid respect.
Liquid respect.
But yeah, I had so much fun doing that. I think I'm going to pick up my playthrough again and do what I was planning to do, which was separate it into a hard run and then an easy run where I'm just grabbing all the collectibles. Because, man, that easy run where you grab all the collectibles is really fucking fun after you've done every encounter so many times, just trying to get really on top of things. Like, to a point, there's this one stretch of rooms where there's a incapacitated zombie. He's just sort of wigging out like this, looking in a corner, and you can sneak up and stealth him. But there's a clicker who has a walk path by him. So you deal with that. You deal with another clicker, 2 more zombies that stand around, one of which stands right next to the exit. Hard mode, really hard, had to get on top of things. Easy mode, I was just like, fuck you, brick in the face, fuck you, run like a motherfucker, stab that bitch, and hope I can open this in time. And I crawl under, drop it, and the clickers are like swiping at the door, and I'm like, that's not scripted, I almost died. Fuck you. But yeah, that was awesome. Like, they did a really good job on that, and it's totally cool that comes with remastered. Because I know when it came out, and it was like, there are rumors that you guys are putting out a PS4 version this year, and they're like, what? No.
But they had to have something. They sold a season pass, so
it's true. Because, you know, money. Yeah. And I thought it was interesting that they took so long with that DLC. That DLC came out about 8 months later than the game launched, because the game launched in May or June of the year prior. So that would put it about, 8 months.
It was right during E3. It was that week.
Yeah, June. And yeah, so that's kind of weird, because a lot of games you see DLC a lot sooner, especially if there's a season pass.
Right.
So the fucked up part of my brain's like, hey, you enjoy trophies, you should, after Resogun, do Dragon's Crown, because you only need 2 trophies, and then you should do The Last of Us on PS4. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good point. And then it's like, and then do it again on PS3. And I'm like, brain, stop.
Please let me go.
It's like, hey, as long as I keep you on doing this, you won't spend $40 on a free fucking game. Speaking of which, I haven't played Heroes of the Storm this week.
God, I feel like there have not been any PS4 games I even want to platinum yet. I think Samurai Warriors is the closest for me.
Infamous was really fun platinum. Infamous always is. Well, let me rephrase that. Infamous 1 and Infamous Second Son definitely are, and they are so much that they compensate for 2 being a miserable shithole that I wouldn't go into. Get all of the ice powers and
No,
not even.
No.
Did I ever talk to you about the 2 female characters in that? No. A lot of people complain about poorly written female characters, and I'm totally for that. I played the first Infamous, and I'm like, his girlfriend is a miserable succubitch. Why would he ever go through any of the things? And then you're supposed to feel bad when bad things happen to her because he cares, but all you ever think about is like, Cole, date a blender. I don't know. Anything's better than this. I hear the Vitamix is really good.
It gives terrible head, though.
It's terrible. It is not a blowjob-o-matic. Do not stick your dick in there. But Infamous 2 cranked it up a notch when both of its characters had no good spine to them of like, this is who I am as a character. They were both trying to sex the main character.
Okay.
And one was the bad girl and one was the good girl.
Okay.
And you get powers that correlate to each. And it was just like...
Was the good girl dressed conservatively and was the bad girl dressed sluttily?
Let me inform you. The good girl was an FBI agent and the bad girl was Nolan's Creole black lady.
So yes.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Every time I hear about, Mirror's Edge didn't write good female characters, I'm like, fuck you, you don't even know bad female characters. You go play Infamous 2. It's like, hey, I'm a power-up with tits. Which,
okay. Man, to be honest, more power-ups should have tits.
Yes. If you literally had power-ups with tits in your game, that would be so meta. It would be great. I would embrace you and herald your game as a fucking progression for a fucking medium. But no, this is just like, we wrote female character. And I'm like, no,
No, stop.
Speaking of which, that First Light DLC, just touching on that because of all this Infamous stuff, that I feel like they kind of did screw up her backstory, because the way they handle it in the actual game. Have you played it?
I haven't finished it yet. I just played the beginning, and I need to go through it. So don't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it too bad, but the way they talk about her back history in the actual game Second Son, and how they show it in First Light doesn't 100% like you hear from. I think you heard from the head of Kurt and Kay and also her backstory to some extent.
Right.
And you get the whole like, oh, she was really bad into drugs and then that caused her to cause problems and that's why her brother got killed, which is in, that. Right. So I'm not spoiling anything, at least for the DLC. Haha, fuck all of you. In any case, it doesn't really... It's in that,
I feel like it's one of those situations where it was super dark and they didn't want to do it.
But once you do it, you're just like, good job. You met all of the technically qualifying parts of your statement or backstory. That is shameful. You probably should have just ignored it to write a better thing. But that's how a lot of Second Son felt, of like, you probably should just write a better thing.
Yeah, especially that gamer guy. I don't.
I mean, yeah, he's offensive, but when you live in a world with Big Bang Theory, he's a lot more authentic than that.
True.
I could see him as being a legitimate, like, power tripping, self-absorbed introvert nerd, like getting revenge and shit. I was like, okay, that character's all right. It's when you play the bad side of things in Second Son that it just really sort of like, man, this doesn't... It's not as bad as some Infamous games. I think one had a really bad problem, if I remember correctly, where it was just like, I can either take the oil to the... when Cole sounded like a man. Yeah. In any case, he was like, I can either take the sewage to the face or rip baby heads off. And then he rips the baby heads off and he's like, so, want to go on a date? To like his girlfriend, and she's like, fuck you! And he's like, why is she mad? Like he's this self-absorbed asshole actor from Scott Pilgrim or something. Like, why wouldn't you be? I'm your biggest fan. Of course you are. I'm still pissed over 2, and them switching the voice and the look. Yeah, it was like, no, they had a fully authentic character in 1, and in 2 they had bullshit. Cole was like, even in his final form in the game, bullshit. He's like, what are you going for with this guy? Well, he's got a tracksuit and he's bald, but he's also edgy because of tattoos. And it's like, no, you're sending mixed messages. Like, Infamous 1, you really get this idea, this New Yorker, delivery guy. Is
what he was supposed to be?
No, that's supposed to be New York.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Empire City was...
Empire City, Empire State.
I guess.
Come on. That was pretty... But in any case, yeah, so... I think they also said it, like in one of the behind the scenes. They were like, "Yeah, we did New York, and then we did
Louisiana."
Yeah, I think they just generalized in Louisiana instead of saying New Orleans,
right?
Because of all the flooded elements they might have.
Well, it was definitely New Orleans, and it was definitely a lot flooded. So, yeah,
right. And then they were like, "And then we'll do a real city," and I was like, "Wow, this is great!" Until like this little girl. I don't think I've ever told this story on the podcast. This little girl, one of my girlfriend's relatives, comes down. She's 10, maybe 12. She's like, that looks nothing like Seattle. And I'm like, you fucking ruined it for me, you piece of shit. I didn't know.
Maybe she didn't know.
No, she's been there.
Well, maybe she doesn't remember that well.
No.
Okay.
I've heard it from other Seattle people from that. I could deny them. They weren't in my living room playing the game.
Okay, I see how it is.
I could be like, fuck you. You live in Seattle. You're probably a hipster. You're just harshing on the man. But no.
That's really weird, because that developer's in Seattle. Like, that's where they live.
Right. But then you got to make gameplay concessions.
Right.
And... you could really run into problems if you just one-to-one it.
Yeah,
where it's just like, wow, this just looks bad. To some extent.
I want to see some game do that. Like, not just complete disregard for gameplay at that point.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of recreating it.
And you gotta, like, a game that would work with that is a game that's more of a simulation-based thing. Where, like, it's not, this is a polished game where blah. No, It's like, you got this axe. No, like, Red Faction. Gorilla. You just sledgehammer things. Man, that would be great.
Right?
Get a major city and give me a sledgehammer or a black hole gun. Black hole gun. There was a moment in the Left Behind DLC. I was talking about this 1-to-1, but it would look bad thing. They had a cardboard standee display for a store in a mall.
Okay.
And I looked at it and I'm like, that is way too high res for how that would actually look. But then I thought about it, I'm like, but if it looked like how it actually looked, it would look bad in low res. What a quandary. You know, some guy at Naughty Dog's like, shit. Once they realize that, hey, that looks too good. Yeah, but if I make it look bad, it looks bad. Shit.
That is quite the conundrum, isn't it?
Yeah. And I feel like we're moving ever closer to that area of video games of like, no, we made it look realistic. It then looked bad. Because video's already there.
Right.
Where it's like, no, that green is that grass is that green, but people want it to be greener because we expect that in our weird fucking lizard brain. Which is, what do they call it? Color memory. What a fucked up subject. Fuck people. You know what I'm saying, Bob? Eric left minutes ago. He has a disease. In any case, I think that is everything I've been playing.
All right.
I got my Vita set up again because I switched the region on it to do that demo a long time ago. And I realized I don't think I backed up my saves.
That's not good.
No.
That is, in fact, bad.
But Dragon's Crown was uploaded to that whole like cross-platform save system, not PlayStation Plus.
All right.
So probably both to be realistic, but I don't have Plus, so the Plus one doesn't matter. It's the cross-platform one that should save my ass.
Right.
Either way, do I have anything against playing through again? No.
Not.
I have a fucking addiction. That game is too good. That game makes Heroes of the Storm look like hot garbage.
I also tried out that God Eaters 2 or whatever demo that in Japan
for the PS4.
For the PS4,
yeah,
in the Vita, but I didn't switch my.
But who gives a fuck?
But yeah, that
looks great.
That looks great. That was sarcasm for the people at home, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, see, most people think Bob's just an asshole, and it's like, no, he's being sarcastic, and then people are like, I know, and I'm like, why don't you get it? But in any case.
But yeah, that
so it looks like shit.
Yeah, it looks awful, and it seems to play exactly like the last game. That's something.
Thanks, Japan. So, Eric's not here to ask the important questions, but I think you and I can have a roundtable discussion of the new 3DS XL.
Oh, great. I guess we can do that.
After this break. We're back from the break. Me and Bob are here. We're going to talk about the new 3DS XL.
I am also here.
Eric is also here. He's recovering, so he's going to be yelling from the couch.
Great. That's hilarious.
Ha ha! Disease. Something I forgot to bring up during the random moment. Retweet of the week. In any case, is that I've been reading a sample on Kindle of Kristen Schall's book, The Sexy Book of Sexy Sex.
Okay.
Which at first was like, this isn't quite funny, but then I hit about halfway through the sample, and it got really, like, legitimately laugh at it funny. Which I feel like before it was like, okay, conceptually I get what you're doing, and then, yeah, that could be funny, but it's not making me laugh because there's no delivery to really embellish it, and these words are working in my head, but not really. But yeah, so...
You did the audiobook version.
Yeah, clearly.
Right by Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert! I need a job.
Have you listened to that?
No. Oh, wait, yes, Bits.
Yeah, okay.
But what was it, America? Re-becoming the greatness we've never
I am
weren't.
America, and so can you. Reclaiming the greatness we never weren't.
Yes. No, it's re-becoming.
Re-becoming the greatness
Because that's so not a word. But in any case, one of my favorite parts is they start going into asexual reproduction. That's the name of this like chapter header, and then below that is subtitled "Too Good to Share." And it goes into the pros and cons. It says, though convenient, asexual reproduction has its drawbacks, including no fucking, no sucking, limited variation from generation to generation, resulting in fewer genetic alternatives and decreased adaptability. Did we mention no fucking or sucking? And this book just goes into this in a way that's absolutely absurd, which there is the Klama Sutra, which of course is a diagram, various diagrams showing you various sexual positions of clams.
Great.
And these are like clams they put lipstick on to denote which one's the male and which one's the female.
Of course.
The other one has mustache. They show the reverse clam girl.
I clam bake.
Let me check. No.
Damn.
I look at those and I'm like, those are dead.
Yep.
That's even sadder.
It's great. That brings it over the top. But yeah, and then there's another chapter, The Mud Shark, subtitle, Nature's Dildo. And it tells the story about Led Zeppelin jacking off one of their fans with a mud shark.
Great.
Which is probably 300% false. But still, really fucking good. But yeah, so, wait, did they just... Yeah, they referred to... Jesus Christ. They referred to the Zeppelin fan as a Zeppelinette. But yeah, really, really funny. I need to pick up those books sometime. Bob, you've been watching anime.
Yes, I
That's
have.
cool. So let's talk about the 3DS XL.
All right.
You tried it?
I did.
There is a demo unit?
Yes.
And you have tried that demo unit.
Uh-huh.
I have as well.
I did not.
This is true.
Get out, Eric.
I'm already kind of out.
I'm halfway there. So I told Aggro, in my hubris, that I would read verbatim anything he sent.
Why?
So that way his comments could be represented in their full quality here on the
I'm ready.
podcast.
Gonna read
I'm
that.
marking the recording so I can censor this. Here we go. You know how sometimes motherfuckers be all liking shit? Well, that's how I was when my boy Dan, the realest on Real Street, hooked me up with that new 3DS XL. I peeped that shiz on the sideways at first, thinking like, shit, son, that's gonna be some skeezy ass bunk noise for show, right? But then I slapped skin to that mess, and Lord, I was dear God, that's about all of that bit I can stand. The new 3DS XL. And then he just becomes normal. I'm a sucker for a big screen, and it was demoing Majora's Mask, so I may be a bit biased here, but I liked it. The new camera nub was inoffensive in its design, and actually rather nice feeling to use. The new eye tracking method for 3D render to baseline, you can't do both, Aggro. You can't.
But you just did.
And it's just, you know. The new eye tracking method for 3D render to baseline usable range of motion possible during play, greatly improving usability. As a unit, I dug it. As a part of a bigger product line and a broader picture, still pissed about the faceplate thing. Past the potatoes, Rochelle Adams now owes me $5. I told him I would read it verbatim.
You sure did.
I sure did. I can read the next text from verbatim if anyone would be interested.
Okay.
In what state is our lighting setup? My brother's fiance is casting around for a lighting solution for an outdoor nighttime wedding photo session.
I see.
Yes.
Very important. Very relevant.
I replied, that would be a nope and not even. Bob, what did you think?
It wasn't bad. The new 3D tracking your eyes makes that feature usable at all, and not just completely useless in a thing you just leave off the entire time unless a cinematic's going on.
Which, when you say that, it's like it makes it usable at all. Okay, cool, that's fine. No, you don't understand. When you try the thing, you're like, it is working! Like, because before, it wasn't. Let's be fair. You would have to be the perfect distance, you would have to be the right angle, and then even still, you get some weird ghosting from a brightness thing.
And you have to fing around with this little slider to get it the depth you want.
Some of it has the double vision because, it turns out you're not quite at the right angle. So the bottom right corner has a bit of like both eye perspectives bleeding into each other. But yeah, it works.
Right.
The eye tracking worked really well. It's really great when you watch someone else use it.
I still have not done that.
Okay, you should. You have the opportunity because they're looking at it and they're like, what? This is normal. While you, from the off angle perspective, is seeing it like wildly flicker and change. And it's just like, Aggro, how are you not blind? He's like, what? It looks great. It was funny. With my experience, I walked up to it. It's playing the title screen of the demo. And I look at the 3D and I'm like, whatever. It looks like a shitty holograph. Holograph? Hologram?
Hologram.
The printed version. Holograph. Holographic print. Yeah. Okay.
Holobargraph.
Holobargraph.
Holoback girl.
You're fired. So in any case, I'm like, whatever. Looks okay. Here you go, Aggro. Aggro plays the demo, and he's like, this is really good. I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. And I'm like, no. I mean, it looks better. It's usable. You can look at it from any perspective, and it works. So that's good, but it still doesn't look that great. Someone else tries it, and they're like, oh, whoa, this works a lot better. And I'm like, what the I walk up to it. In-game, it looked incredible. That title screen was a terrible pre-rendered video, it turned out. And I'm like, God damn it, you pieces of shit. Because, of course, it's like, straight up just Legend of Zelda style. They're in-game graphics on the title screen.
Right.
So you expect it to be in-game graphics on the title screen. But the video is weird in the way it was created because it just looks like a holographic print compared to the normal in-game, which looks really good in a way where my ass with a 2DS and a 3DS that's been modded to record video so I can't even trade it in for this thing wants this. Because maybe I'll get to play Pilot Wings Resort with 3D. Instead of whatever the fuck that thing is now. Like, I imagine Smash. I was just like, you could just play Smash and the 3D would be on and it would look good. What?
Right. It's what I was really hoping from the original release, though it was that was kind of unrealistic.
A functioning device?
Yes. It was unrealistic to expect a normal level of functioning device from Nintendo, I guess.
But yeah, it is almost magical of like, wow, this is 3D in a screen. I don't need to wear any glasses, and it's
working perfectly for any perspective, and there's no finagling with stuff. Yeah, it is just fucking magic. Like, having seen this, I'm like, wow, maybe everybody's wrong. Maybe the next portable is 3D again. Like, maybe it continues to be 3D.
Right.
Maybe going forward, there is no bottom screen. It's just a nice quality, big 3D screen that does this feature. And it just, that would be incredible. No one's using the bottom screen for anything meaningful anyway.
Now, because Trauma Center's over.
Well, no, because the 3D's on the top screen.
Yeah, I know. It's frustrating.
Because the DS had top screen, bottom screen stuff until the end.
Yeah, it
was really
like
the 3DS
Sonic
where
Rush
people looked at it and went, wait, we can't.
They're not even the same size anymore.
Right? God damn it. Fuck them for that. In any case, yeah, looks great. I'm serious. I hate that Circle Pad Pro, or I hate the Circle Pad on the fucking 3DS. I really hate it. But I might get this at some point just to have Pilot Wings 3D work.
I'm still really upset about not getting the regular size.
Absolutely understandable.
Because I have been hyped for this device since May last year. Mm-hmm. I am still livid that we aren't getting the one I wanted. Because I've been wanting an upgraded version of my regular size 3DS forever.
Right.
When they just were like, oh yeah, the new line is the XL and it has buttons at work. And I'm like, I want buttons at work.
Hey, I want a volume slider that's not under my hand like it's hiding.
Right.
Which, they not only is it on the top screen like it is on the normal XL, the new 3DS XL actually has some rubberized resistance to it too. So you couldn't even accidentally bump it up there.
Yeah.
Madness!
It's
Aggro's like, yeah, but it'll wear out. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your fucking forest fire starts. I should have played 3DS in the forest. I should have played 3DS. There are no trees in Florida. Thanks, Nintendo. Boom. But yeah.
They did have a date for that Xenoblade Chronicles coming to the US.
Cool.
I don't remember what it is.
Shit.
It's in May, I think.
I will try to look that up.
But that requires the new 3DS XL.
Yes, it does. So we'll be showing off graphics you couldn't possibly get.
That are almost as good as the Wii.
Yeah, that's a statement.
Right?
Man, when I played that thing, the new 3DS XL, I'm like, wow, this is incredible. Now, if only... I don't know, this thing were a fucking Vita! Because the Vita is great. And there's really no excuse it's not getting good games. It just isn't.
But Dan, a Terranoblade.
There's no excuse it's not getting good games. It just isn't. Did they increase this battery life?
Yeah, it has better battery life this time too.
Wow.
And the smaller one the same way. And yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I definitely would have. I was interested in the thing right off the bat when I heard about it, because of the faceplate. So the fact we're not getting that version does anger me.
Yeah, and then it really twisted the knife when I saw a faceplates for Majora's Mask that actually look way better than the Majora's Mask Limited Edition XL.
Right, which is already sold out and has been for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, the new 3DS was announced in late August. Okay.
August.
I was
August.
like, May
is not right. I was
We're
thinking
coming out
August,
with a new 3DS at E3. Hey, how's that new 3DS? What? No. Reggie, come on. I don't know. Is there a new one? Guys, I thought we were done after the 3DS. Oh, I don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, no. That thing is just great.
You know,
I like the C-Stick. It's weird. I thought I would fucking hate it. It looked like that ThinkPad nub on the... Oh, shit. What was their company name back in the day? ThinkPad? I don't... Lenovo bought the company who made those laptops that had that nub. I don't remember the name of the original company that had the Compaq.
I have no idea. I thought that Compaq. I didn't know that was a specific to a company thing. I thought that was just something on all laptops.
Nope. So yeah, I think that was a Compaq thing. They really fell out of favor in the laptop section. Thus why Lenovo bought them. In any case, so I thought it was going to be more like that. It's not quite like that. Like you don't even, at least me, I didn't perceive it moving.
Yeah, I don't think it moves.
I don't think it moves at all. It just knows you're pushing it in which direction in deals, and it feels good. Like it has a lot of accuracy to the direction you're pushing it in, which is kind of crazy for something that doesn't even fucking move. Like you expect it to be this rough level, like you pushed up. Oh, fuck you.
But yeah, I couldn't see using it for something like a C-Stick and Smash, but
I mean, I could. That's kind of four hard directions.
It is.
But I don't use a C-Stick. That's why I couldn't see that.
Yeah, maybe I don't. I've always tried perceiving it because I too don't use that feature.
Right? So there you go. Maybe you don't perceive it because you've never done that. I don't perceive having sex with that 3DS. Well, have you ever fucked a portable? No. But I'm just saying I don't perceive it. Just where does my dick go? I don't even know. But yeah, that thing is incredible. And you know what I bet looks great on that Auto 3D really nice large screen is the Kirby titles on the new 3DS XL.
You can't make me want this thing.
Xenoblade Chronicles?
I own it on the Wii.
It would be funny if they had achievements because it would be so stupid to try to pitch. You could get achievements this time.
I care so much about Chivos, bro.
Yeah, you care immensely. Trophies are completely different. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, that thing.
You can own and physically touch a trophy. What's an achievement? An abstract form of accomplishment.
Good job.
Fuck yourself.
You didn't shit yourself. That's a great achievement. Eric's like, it is.
This is for me? How did you know?
What a great Sunday it is.
You have no idea how true the thing you just said is.
Do. And I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Which, you know, if you eat a McRib, also good job on not shitting yourself. This is so bad. But yeah, I'm constantly amazed every moment that I recall playing it because I liked a Nintendo portable for the first time since the DSi.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back from the couch,
Hey,
everybody.
welcome back, Eric. How's it going? You doing okay? Is it kind of settled? Did the yelling help?
The yelling might have helped.
Okay, that's good. Get it out of your... Get all the yells out. It'll make it less angry.
Get out all
there.
the hate.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I thought it was really great. I'm still not a huge fan of the Circle Pad Pro, but I feel like, God, I keep throwing Pro on there. The Circle Pad, but I feel like maybe on that, because I didn't have a problem with it at the demo unit as much as I do on both of my DSs.
Right.
Maybe because it's larger, it does feel better. I remember holding Jay from Mailzing.com's 3DS XL at some point, and because it was larger, it was a little bit more comfortable, but for some reason, the one that was the demo unit felt all right. It didn't feel bad.
Okay.
And the C-Stick works. Like, I'm still just like, that worked. I almost, like, I think that would fundamentally make Codename Steam much better to interface with because you aren't pushing face buttons to move a fucking reticle in a 3D
or that
space.
touch screen horse shit nonsense.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I think I did it once. Oh, look, it does this. And I was done.
The touchscreen on there,
Yeah.
it is so weird because like it doesn't move as much as you want it to or as little as you want it to. It's not as it's not good. It's just not good.
Every time you touch it, it's like, I didn't want this.
I didn't ask for this. You asked for this.
Man, I really want to play Kid Icarus with that always on 3D because God, that game
Man, that would
really
be
good.
incredible. Like, no shit. That would be nothing short of incredible. I would love to see
really
that.
expensive because you got to buy a bionic arm, apparently.
That's true.
Look, man,
I have a C-stand.
My wrist made it true once. It can make it true again.
Like,
Are you sure your wrist just... No.
Fucking, it's like on the C-stand, boom pulled to fucking eye level, and I'm like, I'm really feeling it. Yeah. See, I foresaw the future where I would have to get a bionic arm, and then I just...
A vision.
Yeah, I had a vision. I told Tosh because she finally came back. I didn't play Shulk before she left because on the 3DS, I didn't play Shulk. You know why?
Why?
I remembered when I went back. When you press Neutral B, it does the colors. It doesn't tell you what each Monado art is. And I'm like, I'm not gonna memorize 6 fucking colors. Fuck you, game. And then I never played as him. So then I just started playing him recently. Tosh comes back. She fights me. It's great because Jim Ratgazer, or Unknown Zombie, as he goes by on Twitter, I believe. Actually, he goes by both because of how Twitter works.
Right.
Is just sitting here, and he's like, man, you're just casually having a conversation with me while beating the shit out of Tosh and Smash Bros. You aren't getting laid for like a month. I was like, that's not true. Looks at her. Oh, no.
Those are the not sex eyes.
That's the sound of the not sex eyes. It was like the wave in a stadium, but like reality was doing that. I was like,
It's like someone's shaking a pan of sheet metal.
yeah, exactly. And half a month from now, I'm like, I'm really feeling it.
My balls are feeling it.
A vision looks at porn on the internet. In any case,
I'm really feeling it.
Smash! Monado. Oh, what did I walk in on?
Backslash. Oh.
It was great. He had this, Jim Ratgazer had a huge problem with him yelling backslash and not actually slashing their back because it's an attempt to do that. He's like, that's not actually a backslash, and he's also not slashing backwards. I don't get that move. And I'm like, well, if I hit them in the back, he's like, but you did it. Like, okay.
He's right.
He's been a video gamer for years, but for this moment, I was like, dude, have you played a video game? They can't just have him yell, what's gonna happen? That's not how interactive mediums work. So that was fun. New 3DS XL. I'm loving it. Hate that it's another... It's getting me just like the DSi did, because the DSi had a beautiful screen. It had a nice matte finish. This thing has a much larger screen. The 3D works amazingly, which I feel like that's the real word to describe it. Amazingly. Like, this is the only thing like this. You don't see this in any other piece of technology on the market.
No
where
other device is giving you this experience.
Yeah, you just look at it, and no matter where you are, it's fucking 3D, and it's hassle-free, and it's great. Yeah, I think like they're pulling me back in like they did with the DSi, which is amazing because I don't own a huge amount of 3DS games.
Right.
I own a huge amount of DS games. And this isn't
the DS is like the best library ever, basically.
Yeah, because it's like the second PS2. It was the second coming of PS2. We're never getting that again. So everyone just settle in for that. Hey, then again, they're trying middle budget titles this gen. What was it, Revelations? Is it going to be 30?
And 40 for Revelations too.
Yeah, so like, good.
Right.
Somebody's doing middle of the road shit. Thank you.
I know how they can make me care about the new 3DS thing.
Okay.
They released Contact 2.
That's what you need?
Yes. That's what I need.
It's that important to you?
It is very important!
You don't care about Triple Deluxe Kirby?
Okay, let's be honest here.
Uh-huh.
Every Kirby game, pretty similar to every other Kirby game.
I'm going to mark that. I'm going to crop that out. I'm going to make a soundboard. I should be making a soundboard. As a Patreon member, you get access to the Eric soundboard.
You can make Eric say stupid ass shit, even more so than usual.
Just over and over. Follow along at home with the podcast. They're just pushing buttons to make you say things and reply to what.
Then they realize, have they just been using an Eric soundboard? Has Eric only ever been a soundboard this whole time?
Yeah, it turns out real Eric, a 64-ounce cup of soda. There's no human we know named Eric. Come here, son of man. But yes, no.
I mean, unless it's the more experimental titles, but the mainline Kirby games are like, it's more of this. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Return to Dreamland on the Wii was incredible because it was like, hey, I'm kind of as good
like
as Superstar. And I'm like, that's cool. Are you 9 games? And it's like, no, I'm 1 game with a story. And I'm like, you said the S word.
And a Kirby game.
Yeah, well, any game for me. Like, most games have to be... Here's my thing, right? If you're going to do something, do it well. Most games do not do story well, so I wish they just didn't have one.
Yeah.
And made their mechanics good. And that was a lot of me being unhappy this last gen. It's like, you guys spent millions on a thing I absolutely hate.
A lot of people did that. I mean, look at Dying Light.
You spent millions on a part of your game that was mediocre at best.
Right? And yeah, that was a lot of last gen. And Dying Light. Dying Light. Okay, you've seen Clone High. You remember that episode where they were like, people in Hollywood don't have eyebrows. They edited them on, so that way their expressions are always right. And then there's that scene later where he's like, don't leave me, Cleopatra, and his eyes are like floating all over his head and twitching, like some terribly edited on in post thing. Dying Light is that for faces.
Oh no.
Where it's just like their faces are trying to make the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, we were complaining about Eterno Blade flip faces, but that's a very low budget title.
Right, and they're modeled poorly.
Right.
This is like, I came here from the depths of hell and the uncanny valley. No, not a monologue. Not bad writing. What was it? That dude who had like a mom who was just a fake...
Yeah, his mom ended up being a bucket with
a bucket
face
and
drawn on it.
brooms. And,
Yeah.
Great.
And it was kind of like not executed right to be funny. It's just like, okay, it wasn't a zombie. That's good. Because you just expect that from that sort of setting and stuff.
But no, I want Contact 2.
Okay.
Like that game more than a lot of pretty much any other game on the DS was like, let's use the shit out of these features and do weird stuff with it. Yeah.
What would make Dan instantly buy 3DS XL? This sounds like a fun game. Bob, what do you think would make Dan...
Castlevania, God.
Okay, what do you think would make Dan... You can't choose his answer because that's cheating.
Another Pilot Wings.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
You did it. It's exclusive. Even if
Pilotvania.
Even if it was just Pilot Wings again...
It's a plane with
but
a
it
whip.
just runs better. Oh, okay. Do I level up?
Yes. Whatever. You.
How often does the coach come back to life? Once every 100 years. Question mark asterisk.
Ronaldo. Yes, biplane.
Take this. What is this fuel?
It makes you go.
Man, it would be fucking... I would be such...
And just you hold out your plane arm and he pours gas onto it. You're just like, oh.
And it's glowing. Just with an awesome power. Fucking, I would be such a slut if they turned Pilot Wings into some shitty, like, little kid cartoon bullshit, like, the biplane talks. I'd still buy it. It'd be like, okay, whatever, you made a Pilot Wings, I don't give a fuck. You could even turn it into a last-gen AAA game, and I would still be like, Pilot Wings!
Pilot Wing.
Unless it was a completely linear one, which would be terrible. Now, for the Rocket Belt segment
How
to
did you
save
make
your
the
girlfriend.
sky linear? How did you do that?
Fuck! I'm not even piloting or winging. Am I
beyond two
resorting?
souls.
I guess I am resorting to turning this off. Oh, sick burn. And then I high five my sick burn friend. He's got really bad burns. Bob almost spit up water everywhere.
Glad I was in the splash zone for that. That would have been incredible.
You know, you really... That joke was obvious, but I didn't think you would do it. So.
Right? And I didn't just, like, say it real quick to get it out there. You
let it linger?
I brought it in. I brought it in. I feel like I did. But yeah, no, Pilot Wings with the 3D that works sounds incredible. It would run like garbage, but it sounds incredible.
What about you, Bob? What game would make you immediate buy this new 3DS?
Probably a Castlevania.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's cheating though, because like I would buy anything under the sun for a new Castlevania. That was a legitimate Castlevania.
If I'm required to have it for a new Bravely Default,
it's only $100.
All right.
Hell, used $50.
Damn.
But in any case, Bravely.
What system?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. But yeah, Bravely Default.
No.
God,
feel
if
like
that
they're
new Fire Emblem is like, no, you can't play without the new one, then that'd break me.
Oh no. Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, you care about.
I care so much.
Care so much. Did you ever play it at all?
I did.
He's really feeling it. Yeah, actually, that's the only reference I have for the game. We did a quick play. If you want to hate us, go watch it.
Okay.
You know what? After this, we should just record us watching our own quick play and doing a commentary on top of our commentary. Premium subscribers only.
All you hear is the sounds of me kicking the shit out of him.
Shit breaking. Fine chinas shattering.
The worst part of that quick play is that we couldn't get the audio recorded right. In almost all our commentaries about, man, the music's really good. That was our only positive commentary, I believe.
And I really held on to it because that was the same composer from Parasite Eve and other things.
I know what would make me buy any system ever. A new ActRaiser. If that could ever materialize in the vein of ActRaiser the first.
I've been burned by ActRaiser 2.
Yeah, I know. I
New
mean, the
Metroid.
closest thing we got. Oh shit! If they release,
man, I would buy it.
Years,
even if it was Prime, even if it was like Prime again.
The Hunters,
no,
Hunters 2 on the 3DS.
That's a qualifier. I'm not willing to go down on. And the dick has prongs. Wait a second. I said I was blowing a black man's dick, not a black man's dick that has prongs. Fuck you. Fuck that dick. But no, yeah.
Did they release Metroid Dread after all these years?
That would be incredible.
Holy
that would be incredible.
Oh
It's
my
supposed
God.
to be 2.5D.
I'd buy it twice.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I did not realize
2D gameplay, 3D graphics. It was in development for a really long time, rumors say. And then nothing.
They even made a joke about it in Prime 3.
Yeah, I remember that.
And everyone's like, ha, that means you're going to make it, right? And they're like, go fuck yourself.
Donkey Kong Country returns. And then they're like, wah! And they aged 100 years. I would believe it. Every Metroid fan, after seeing that, aged 100 years. Yeah. Because that's that's like the fucking table slam moment of just like grabbing the back of their head, slamming them into the table, and when they come up, they're like, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong?
You're Donkey Kong? Donkey Kong!
I can't believe they did 2 of those. Honestly, like, one I kind of understood. Doing it again and not doing Metroid is just like, what are you guys doing?
The thing for me, because they needed a quick game.
I guess,
you needed games.
They
but
needed games.
The thing for me that really makes me about
Nobody
it, right?
would buy it for freaking Donkey Kong, though. I've never seen someone buy a Wii U for Donkey Kong. Who would?
No one.
Even better is like, man, Retro, you make Metroid Prime games real good. Can we have some more? Boom, Donkey Kong. Guess who's making Metroid? Ninja Theory, bitches.
They're like, I don't... butter. But fucking... So here's the thing. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. There are only 2 reasons to buy Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze over the original. Like, even if you have the original. Check this out. We're going to ignore HD because that's stupid, because a fun game's fun regardless. You can hit a button to fucking roll.
Yes. True fact.
And the composer from the original Donkey Kong Country did that one.
Really?
He did Tropical Freeze, not Returns.
Yeah. So it has real good music.
I heard it has amazing music.
Time to look up that soundtrack on YouTube.
Fucking Let's Play! Wow, who knew it had piano?
Also, Cranky Kong Scrooge McDuck jumps with his cane.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I saw that and I was like, that's DuckTales. And then they came out with DuckTales again and I was like, that's awesome. I'm like some fucking retarded 10-year-old invalid. I just say what it takes. That's McDonald's! And it's some dude eating Wendy's.
The podcast has gone to a good place.
I got a Danny's Fried Chicken, and I'm like, there's Burger King. And a fucking Shell station. I'm like, Chevron.
Go to Waffle House pancakes.
That's That's not the name of a restaurant.
International
Krispy
houses.
Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. Like, what the fuck is his name? Oh, he's a game reviewer.
They're like, oh, I'm so sorry.
He thinks he's really brilliant.
He thinks he's smart because he has 15 subscribers.
I was worried about meeting those guys. I've seen YouTube channels that are like that, where they have like dozens of videos and they only have like 30 subscribers. And every time I feel like we don't have a lot, when we have like 2,350, I see those guys and I'm like, no, they don't have a lot. And I worry. Because, Bob, could you imagine us having 30 subscribers and continuing to make dozens of videos? Like, we never hit that point. We leapfrogged that pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah, did we? I don't
because
remember.
we used our site directly, and we got to plug it on sites like N4G back when that mattered more.
Right.
So we never hit a point where it was like, this video got 8 views.
Success.
Yeah.
We almost broke double digits, guys. We're so close.
I remember there was one time we got 13 views on a thing. I was fucking hideously angry. I played that for what? Because it was also a bad game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really? It was like one of those legendary tier fucking 360 demo off of Xbox Live. Oh, man. Some of those games. There was this fairy game we played twice. Twice. It took an hour
I feel like it
each
was
time.
3 times. I don't know.
And it was so hideously terrible. And our hardware just failed every time. At the end of it, I was tearing up. I'm like, aggro leaf. We're not doing this. This isn't happening. Bob had left by the second, I think.
No, I was there.
All
I think it came down to just me and him. Me and Agro.
I remember I
think
started
checked
passing out. I did started passing out in that. That was back in the GigaBoots days where Dan did fall asleep during quick plays. What was it?
Some
RPG,
Skyrim like
that
Elder
RPG
Scroll like
thing.
whatever it was.
I don't know that I'd even call it that.
It was trying to be that.
Yeah, I guess. Oh man,
Dragon something.
Dragon something. If anyone can remember the name of a Dragon RPG with 3D graphics that was on PC and then came to the 360, let us know. Or we can just search our site for Dragon videos.
It wasn't Two Worlds, was it?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was probably better.
I probably fell asleep during that too.
I don't think we played it.
We didn't?
No, I never played it.
I don't.
I kind of want to play Dragon 2 World too, just because it's supposed to have some really crazy magic system.
Yes. So, hey guys.
Yeah.
I heard you like new 3DS XL. Would you also like some news?
3DX XL?
No, just news. We didn't move anywhere. We just marked it and put a musical intermission, so I hope you guys enjoyed that music. I like the music we play. How about you?
It was incredible. I listen to it all the time, in the shower, while eating, while walking my dog.
While masturbating my dog.
Whoa!
My
Hey,
dog has needs.
You know, something else we didn't bring up in the random segment. We found out Jerry Jules, the voice of Jimmy Kudo, actually does a voice of one of the hot boys on Free Iwatobi Swim Club, and that was too fucking perfect, and now I need to watch that. Because him walking around being like, hi, I'm beautiful and ripped. It's just like, that would get me all 26 episodes.
I was about to say, that would get me hot and bothered.
Hot and bothered.
But yeah, I don't know when that's coming out, but it's on the way.
Because just now I'm imagining, like, Tosh, yeah? I'm gonna need you
To leave.
you know how you could be so much sexier? Be Jimmy Kudo.
Be Jimmy Kudo.
You want me to be a 13-year-old boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, 15, thank you.
Could you solve
Yeah.
that mystery
That's
for me?
completely different.
Do
Solve
it
the
for
mystery of
Daddy.
my dick. But no, like, okay, so I looked up, last random note, I looked up
Yeah,
Jerry
sure.
Jules, you know, voice of Jimmy Kudo.
I think it's Jerry Jewell, not
Jewel?
Jewel.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Jewel.
Jerry Jewel. See, that doesn't sound good at the end. It's Jerry Jewel. and then it's over.
Right.
I like
Joule as in precious jewels, or joule as in unit of like power?
It's 2 L's at the end. I don't know.
Shit.
So that would be neither, because joule unit of power is Joule.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck it. In any case, I looked up him and Colleen Klinkenbeard, and Colleen does the voice of Rachel, as she's called in the States, or Ron. For, case closed. Neither of them are anywhere near as attractive as they should be.
What?
And I'm going to put that sentence in the universe.
You meet them at a con. Why aren't you hot?
No, I told
Jimmy
Bob.
Jewel.
I told Bob I was gonna write the shit I've been saying about Clay's clothes. Just write it down and be like, "Hey, can you two read this?" And then Jerry Jules is like, yeah, "Okay, whatever. Here I go." My name's Jimmy Kudo. I like to disappoint my girlfriend Rachel. I'm actually pretending to be like a little kid who's homeless, so that way I can just watch her in the shower. She cries all the time because she misses me. I don't care. And then Rachel just cries. Like, she has no lines. She's just like, Jimmy!
Your headcanon is weird.
No, it's accurate.
Let's see the show.
We'll call it Detective Conan Season 8. Make a Twitter account for it, just like The Next Generation Season 8. Just tweet out episodes.
On season 80, though.
Right, I'm like, oh god, how many seasons? Like,
I counted it down. It's somewhere around 20.
Jesus. And it's not over.
I'm just fucking angry because I watched the new shit, and it's just like, hi, I'm a tomboy, and I solve crimes. And I'm like, fuck you, where's Jimmy? So now I'm
Jimmy.
I'm
now they
Rachel.
get that to the States, and she's voiced by Jerry Jewell, and you're okay with it.
Yeah. I also sound like Jimmy Kudo, which they did for what was
As
the
a side
Kaito
effect
kid.
of the medicine. You sound like this.
The fucking residue on little Conan rubbed off of me, and now I sound like Jimmy. Fuck, God,
Jimmy Judo.
Jimmy Judo. Jimmy Judo. What a better name. It's funny because I love some of the stupid things they do in that. Real quick, like, they made them rename things to pretend it was America all the time, and that was the original, like, head of the people who owned that show, being like, no, American won't watch it if it in Japan, say it America, and, like, the Japanese dude who's in charge of Funimation is like, that isn't gonna work, but if you're not gonna do it elsewise, we'll do it. So then it's like, man, I sure love burgers. It's like fucking rice dumplings.
Pass me some more of that beer. Not sake. What's that? That sounds Asian.
They went to somewhere, and they started pretending that it was like freaking
New Jersey or New York or Chicago.
It was, they were calling the Tokyo Tower, whatever the spike in Seattle is.
Oh yeah, the Space Needle.
Yeah, they were calling it that. I was like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you high?
Yeah.
Donut.
Welcome to Japan. Donut?
What? Presumably you're hallucinating while on the marijuana.
Just there's a lot of marijuana. Oh, hey, if anyone in the audience lives in Colorado and can answer this question, I had a weird thought the other day. Do you think the legally sold marijuana is more or less powerful than the stuff that was sold before it was legal?
Interesting.
Yeah, because I heard there was a power creep with marijuana since the 60s. And before it was like really tame and shit. But then people who smoked back then smoked the new shit and they're like, oh my god, you kids are insane. So my thought is the stuff in the store overpowered as shit, or did it get nerfed when it got legalized? There's my question. Do your homework and write into the feed at gigaboots.com.
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know much about. I don't do. The only drugs that I do are the ones that keep me alive.
The ones doctors tell you to do.
Yeah.
Doctor, smoke it.
Just
okay.
Black tar heroin, yes.
Deep. Yeah, you need to get that in your lungs.
It says on this chart you aren't getting crunked enough on. Wait, that's drinking.
There's this fucking weird joke in Bored to Death. Zach Galifianakis is like two other stoners are just talking about, when I get high, I get really sad and I miss everyone I know, but I also realize how much I love them. And then Jason Schwartz is like, yeah, me too. I have that feeling too. And Zach Galifianakis is like, when I get high, I realize I'm always clenching my anus. And it helps me stop. And they're like, yeah, that's not good for you. It's just like,
What?
Wow, that's deep.
Or what was that Twitter thing? I will take or do anything to make these feelings stop.
Smoking is gross. Ew, me as an adult, I will take or do anything to make these feelings stop. Like, wow, that's extreme as shit stance on that. Eat small puppy. It's joy be in me. So in any case, news, Persona 5 first real trailer
Whoa, I don't care.
was revealed. It is Sugoi as shit.
It is. It is it's so much style that it's absurd.
It is, yeah.
I mean, just
Like,
seeing some
you
of the
couldn't-
menus you see in there, I'm like, Jesus, that's just a start menu?
And the amazing thing is, like from what I've seen of Persona 4, it's like, hey, here's this fucking bizarre universe and these high school students, they interface in this way. This new one's like fucking criminals, and they got this gang and shit. They're stylists as fuck, walking around in their fucking Sentai mask bullshit, and I'm just like,
Yeah, they're
this
very
is
Kaito
Persona.
Kid.
This is, yeah, they are hella Kaito Kid. Fucking better be voiced by Jerry Jewell. I'm writing him. Fuck Funimation. Become legend.
Dear Jerry Jewell, be in Persona 5. As all the characters.
All of them.
Thank you.
But yeah, it looked like they
You make a good point, Rachel. You too, Tom. I'm gonna write a fucking show. Your every voice. Here's 10 mil. People are like, just point.
I never knew I wanted this until now.
Random people are just trying to watch it and deal with it, and they can't. Like, they're profusely sweating. Everyone's him.
It's like one of those people reacts things, but deeply unsettling.
Right.
Instead of all going, whoa, what's that? It's just them sweating and just
Not
Because it's
trying
live
to
action with
deal.
wigs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no. It's animated and has
Oh.
a deep and very interesting story. Completely well written, and yet they're all him. So you can't care, and it's deeply troubling. But in any case, so Bob, you saw that trailer. The trailer Sequoia shit. Are you excited?
I am excited.
I'm excited because it's coming to the PS4. Because I don't want to hook up a PS3 unless it's to Platinum Last
I am
of
the
Us
opposite
and
of
Red Zone.
excited because I had the displeasure of playing Persona 4
Golden.
Golden. I don't know. I can't. It's not for me.
Now, do you think this is because they're high schoolers or because you're racist?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
No, you're good. You got to the point.
It's the setting, like, okay, it just did not grab me the way apparently it super grabbed other people. I don't know. And it was like, it didn't help that the very first, like, big plot dungeon thing was like, I'm a teenager and I'm realizing things that are, like, easily understood by adults, but it's hard for me because I don't understand myself because I'm a teenager. I'm like, this is why I don't like teenagers. The story didn't grab me. It was weird anime stuff, but I'm not a huge anime guy. So
What?
all those themes of
But all
that-
this Venture Brothers.
Yes, that's anime.
Classifiably, yes, because it made me feel.
It made me feel things.
Yeah, that works, right?
And the gameplay was just didn't grab me. So a new one of that doesn't really
Admittedly, because of the trailer, the paradigm of what the appeal of the game is and what the characters could mean, I really think this is going to be a pretty different game. So maybe once it comes out, you should give it a look.
I'll give it a try. I mean, sure, I'm willing to change my mind and be surprised, but
I'm willing to live and be surprised. I found it
Right,
interesting.
maybe this is a good parallel, like me to Persona 4, you to Metroid Prime. Like, whereas
do you feel like I'm a huge shitlord for not liking Persona 4?
kind of.
Okay.
Not
let me-
not
let me-
excessively, though.
okay.
I'm not pushing that on you. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying,
wait. Let me preface this. The internet, all of it, thinks you're a fucking asshole.
okay. No,
Like,
yeah.
I haven't played it. I'm a fucking uncultured cretin. You've played it and didn't like it. You're Satan.
I'll get that. I'm fine. Okay.
If you think Eric is Satan, be sure to tweet 7227. But in any case, no. Yeah, I mean, you fall with the majority of people. Like, that game got tens.
Right,
So-
that's one of my favorite RPGs, for sure.
That game got tens
Yeah.
both times.
Like, Persona 3, I wasn't even that hot on. But 4,
Yeah.
oh my god. That to
yeah,
me
and
was
that's
great.
how a lot of people are. I know Persona 3 from a number of outfits got like 8s.
And again, I'm not
but then-
saying that it's a
Right,
bad
right.
game. It did not grab me.
So there's a lot of hype going into this, especially on my Twitter feed.
And it's how many years has it been since 4 came out? That was
The
like
original
PS2.
version? Yeah,
Yes.
like
Oh, shit. You're
yeah.
right.
So it's been 9 years. As
I've
of
been
this year.
waiting that long.
See, it's easier to just not care and then binge later. I keep telling people, like, no joke, people, do this. Make me rich. So I'm gonna get rich.
Okay, great.
And I'm gonna play through all of Persona because at the point where I have enough money to be fine, I will allow myself the time to indulge. So, all of Persona. That's gonna involve a PSP.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Persona 1, I don't think I could go back to. It's one of those first-person dungeon crawlers.
No, you gotta just barrel through. You gotta deal.
And then there are 2 versions of Persona 2 that follow different story characters
and then you
entirely.
play both.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then 3, and then 3 Fez.
Well, FES has all of 3 in it. So
So there's no differentiating.
You you can play through as the girl on FES.
So play through it twice.
You can if you want. I hear, but the girl's story gets retconned.
Whatever. I want to know. This will be after Ease because Ease is like a billion times shorter. Like all of Ease, you could probably do that in a week, easily. All of Persona, God help you.
Yeah, no.
That is
especially if you want to know everything in those games, because there's so much just I need to build this up, and I need to build this up, and if I don't build this up early enough, I'll need to start the game again.
So then I'll need to get strategy guides for all of them, like legit old school fucking paper and everything. Like, hey, strategy guide, walk me through it, and then it'll be some shit like Final Fantasy IX, where it'll be like, oh, we didn't find out until years later.
Which I found that freaking quest like while I played that game. I don't.
Right? You're that guy.
Yeah,
I feel like
I didn't know that was weird to find.
Yeah, I feel like we had that moment as GigaBoots when, like, months after we found something, the internet was like, "Whoa, check this out!" And I'm like, "Yeah, what? You didn't? We could have recorded that and."
Is this blood? Is this blood? It's coming out of my nose.
Am I watching the Jerry Jewell show? It's called that, by the way, just so we're clear.
Had the Full House theme.
So, Bob.
This is for Bob. We missed it last week.
Yes.
Dragon's Dogma Online was announced.
Yeah.
Like a week after the podcast,
Bob.
we were like, man, if they released a Dragon's Dogma Online, I'd buy that 3 times.
Every day of his life, Bob said. Such. Bob, give us the breakdown. What is Dragon's Dogma Online?
Look, man, it is Dragon's Dogma.
Okay, that is a PS3 game.
Online.
What?
I know.
The PS3 game wasn't online?
No.
That sounds like an awful game. Can you prestige?
Maybe.
We're going to our man Eric in the field. Eric, what the fuck's the Dragon's Dogma?
I think they rip out your heart, and then you are...
Become the Dark Arisen?
Yes. Yeah.
No, you're just the regular Arisen.
Okay, the Dark Arisen's the black one, or?
Yes.
Weird.
Definitely.
Is it in Africa?
Uh-huh.
So is he the heart of Dark Arisen?
Yes.
Okay.
All that's very true.
Oh, wow.
Most true.
So, Dragon's Dogma Online.
Yeah. You get
Give me numbers.
You get...
How big's that landmass?
The landmass is going to start out the size of Dragon Dogma 1, but be an entirely new area. Yeah, that's a pretty big area.
It's huge.
I gotta say.
One might say EverQuestian.
I wouldn't go that far, but I don't know. I haven't played much EverQuest.
Right, so fuck you.
Apparently.
I've wandered around EverQuest wondering, this is fucking huge.
But yeah.
And then WoW came out and it was like, you ain't shit.
But yeah, then they plan to extend it to 3 times that size through free updates, it sounds like.
Yeah.
What was it free to play or was it?
It sounds like it is full free to play. It's
Okay.
not
just subscriptionless.
Okay.
which honestly
is concerning.
Yeah, is concerning. I would rather just pay a base price for that game
And make sure that there's a good game there.
right, and that would be a complete game.
Not like plug yourself into the fucking IV in your vein and be like, just pull it when you need it. And then within a week, you've spent $80.
But yeah, it's...
What else is there about this one?
In the city, there is going to be like a ton of people in it. It sounds like...
Was it 100?
I think 100 people actually interacting at once. And then you can leave that city and go into parties of 4.
100 people, huh? So it's going to run just as well as the original version of Dragon's Dogma. That's
which
good
is
to hear.
god-awful, yes.
Oh, no.
It has actual 16 by 9 this time.
It looks like it's real widescreen.
They haven't cropped it down to get more frame rate, which was a hilarious choice they made last time.
Yes.
But still, whatever.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It had
Understandably.
it looks like it has full combat systems from the other game, climbing on the enemies they've shown.
And you have teammates, right? You set out in a party of 4. Is that right?
In the original, you set out a party of 4 as well.
But you had 3. What are they called?
The pawns.
Pawns.
Yes.
And those were just AI, but now they're people.
Right. So you can actually,
Collaborate.
collaborate.
No, they're still pawns.
like the one of the things they were showing, one of the cooler skills in that game was you use the giant sword and throw one of your guys at the enemy.
Oh yeah.
You can propel them up.
So
and
Monster Hunter style, except intentionally.
Yes. I mean, Dragon's Dogma is a better feeling Monster Hunter with way more advanced platforming than even the new version has, I would say.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the impression I got from watching Bob play it for hours.
Yeah.
Bob's like, you didn't watch me play for hours? I'm like, yes, I did. Because to you think you're alone and I'm just behind the couch.
Yeah, that's what really gets me with open world. Like, that game, you can really jump around and climb everything, and you feel like you're in that world.
I really feel it.
You're really feeling it, except for the water, which it kills you, and it's annoying. So I hope that fixes that.
Was this moisture? No.
Liberty City.
Wasted.
God damn it, fucking bored to death. They're hanging Jason Schwartzman over a fucking river in New York, and he's like, holy shit, is that the blank river? And they're like, yeah, that's that. He's like, don't drop me in there, it has gonorrhea. One of them looks at the other, does it actually have gonorrhea? And he's like, yeah, it does. He's like, oh. He's just freaking the fuck out.
Bored to Death and Gun Show comic. Like, that's you wrapped up in a human flesh bag.
Admittedly, Gun Show comic is like, my essence has been ripped out of me and put in a comic. Bored to Death's just really good.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. It's free on Amazon Prime.
That's cool.
So
I don't have
people
that.
are interested, they can go watch that.
So I will watch it.
You aren't all
I can't
people.
watch it.
This is true.
Are you saying I'm not all people?
Yes. A
Oh,
true
no.
fact.
What?
Eric are people, but not all people.
So Netflix.
I watched Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, you?
I did with Tosh.
Cool.
It was better than Avengers.
Cool. Yeah, that's what a lot of people feel like. This is a really good movie. It's fun.
It was better than Avengers.
Okay.
Tosh and I put it in the all right category, which I think on IGN's a 10. I don't. Going by the IGN scale, 9.5 or 10.
When I was watching that, I felt like there were some lines from the raccoon which just were overwrought.
Really?
Yeah, I did not.
He was my respite as a person who was like, yes, this moment is like heartwarming, and he's like, good job, everyone. We're jackasses standing in a circle, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah, there were some good lines like that
I'm not such
too.
an asshole that I'm like, oh, this is gay. They're having a heartwarming moment, but I am like I wasn't super fully committed to the movie, and it's not because I was distracted. I just didn't immensely care for the characters or whatever. So when he said that, that was funny for me as a viewer. I think he was only like maybe once in the movie that he said a thing, and I was just like, because the rest of it is he has a good back and forth with Groot. I think where it's like,
yeah, they did some good stuff there.
Like him describing the vocabulary thing and making up fake words. He's like, his vocabularistics are so limited that he knows 3 words: I, am, and Groot, and they only come out in that order. But yeah, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I was like, Bob, what was the last time I just don't fucking know. Was Spider-Man 2 the last time I loved a comic book movie? And Bob's like, X-Men, like the most recent one. And I'm like, good fucking point. Shit, that has ruined every comic book movie from here on out.
Everyone at the end of their movies used to go,
who cares? But yeah, no, fuck, that movie was really good. Yes. Oh, it's incredible.
Also, we need to see John Wick. Also, did you hear the news about John Wick?
No.
Basically, the studios were like, franchise? Yes. Yes, please. We're going to make more of this. And we're like, yes, thank you. More shooting people in the head, please.
But see, then Taken did that too. So,
I don't know, I feel
how many
like
dogs does John Wick own?
It's each time is a different. My iguana, they killed it. That was from my second cousin.
That was from my second marriage. So that way we're building out his back character.
Hey, more Willem Dafoe, more Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Wait, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe was in that movie? That was, yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow,
Tosh and I on our date day were already fucking pissed that it was just like, we can't fucking rent John Wick because Bob will stab us watching it.
When does it come out on DVD?
It's out now.
It's on Blu-ray.
Why don't we own this?
In Red Boxes right now.
We're going to Redbox.
Speaking of which, Guardians of the Galaxy from Redbox, you can buy for $5.
Weird.
It was $2 to rent. I was like, $3 more for a movie I don't care to own. Oh, also no special features. No, thank you. Because that's how they do those.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart and get John Wick or something. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we should do that tomorrow.
Okay.
After you get off from work.
Okay.
We'll watch it.
All right.
Okay. Netflix is making a Zelda series that's live action. Why? God! Hera! Damn you, Hera!
I can't imagine being good, but if it is Hercules, just straight up.
Oh my God!
If
I have just done that accidentally. I've connected those two. That would be brilliant,
Link
right?
is Kevin Sorbo.
Yes! Yes! No, he's Ryan Gosling from Young Hercules.
But I think the one thing that they said was like, we want to make it like Game of Thrones, but for kids.
Oh, fuck you!
Yeah.
That is the hugest fucking contradiction. You spineless piece of
Although
shit.
I interpret that we want to make a Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones is really successful and makes them a lot of money. We like money.
Right, exactly. It's like we want to make Game of Thrones for kids. You have just said we want to make 2-2 because Game of Thrones is sex and killing.
I think they're talking about like the politics and the weirdness and like intricate
that's
story
not for
back.
kids.
Yeah, no, it's
I bet.
Right, so sex, killing, and politics.
I think they said not kids, but for families.
Let's be real. No one who's watching Game of Thrones, sorry, Aggro, gives a shit about the politics. If they did, they would be reading the books. They just want to see some killing, some drama, and some sex.
But
all three of those intermingle perfectly into this fucking Cabernet Sauvignon
Also,
red
Dinklage.
wine they're sipping
They
down.
want to see Dinklage.
I think all they really are saying there is, we want to make a medieval series.
We want to be popular.
That's
Also-
it. That
and
is
we
all
don't
that
want to
means
have
them.
new IPs, so let's use Zelda. Honestly, if you could say this with anything.
Damn you, Ganon!
If they do it right, I would watch it. Although I believe there was a comment online saying like we went either way. It's either good and we get a good Zelda series, or it's bad and it fuels the internet for another 15 years.
So I get to say this on the podcast, right?
Okay.
And it's safe because these guys don't have friends. Because if they did, we would have more subscribers. Otherwise, they're not holding up their end of the bargain. But in any case, we should just go film a fake teaser for the series that is straight up Hercules. We do have to involve, like, something exploding. Like,
yes.
Okay.
Link's kid sister.
Shitty ass CGI.
Uh-huh. And then him just cursing again and be like, damn you, Ganon! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth! And then straight up Hercules. In an age as old as time, there was one man who could stand up to evil. And it's like really bad centaurs and shit. Oh god, if they make that, I'm buying on a Blu-ray. Look at how bad that looks!
It's so shitty, I love it.
That's the only thing. I don't expect Netflix to spend enough money to make this actually good.
Game of Thrones, or not Game of Thrones, House of Cards looks incredible.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah?
know it's not a ton of CG, but it is movie quality, cinematics,
Wow.
opticals, everything. And they do get movie directors all the time, so what if they do just go all out and it's like good?
Wasn't Orange is the New Black is a Netflix
Yeah.
thing too? Like
House of Cards and Orange is the New Black are blowing up the charts.
Yeah.
Fucking, they announced the third season in such a spoilery way of House of Cards, it kind of disheartened me. It's like some clever line like, look who's in office, or something like that, and it's fucking Kevin Spacey, and I'm like, great, so he's president. He gets to be president. That's 2 fucking seasons you just spoiled.
I feel like they have enough smart people who are making these kinds of shows at Netflix to go, all that stupid shit that people expect us to do, can we not do that? What, you think that'll make us money?
Then what's the series gonna be? 10 minutes long? Oh, look.
There's actually, I think
White
there's like
arrows.
a small debate on should Link talk in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
The
weird.
answer is no.
I mean, here's the thing, though. That's a shit series.
It is.
Name a mute protagonist visual story that's good.
Well,
Name
excuse me, princess.
Name one period. I'm trying to think of one.
But see, that's the thing. Like, visually, you don't get those. You get those written as stories. Like books.
Fair enough.
Short stories, etc. Because that can work because it inserts you into the mindset
I
of
want
the
to see
mute.
it tried. I want to see that.
I think every time they
He's
have
mute because he has a sword slash across his throat. He can't.
Phil, if you're listening, I know you have your dick in your hand. Don't do it. You will feel worse after you finish. Wait a second. He's edgy. He's
so
got
edgy.
a scar? How many? Is it on his chest? How many nipples does he have left? Whoa. He's a hardcore Zelda rated M he wants
Okay.
that. He wants that real bad. And once Bob said slash throat mute,
But yeah, no, that's all really heartwarming and
Zelda's already pretty rated M. At the end of every game, someone gets stabbed in the face.
Yeah,
like
but
everyone.
in most rated M games, that happens every 10 seconds. And let's be fair, Guardians of the Galaxy was PG-13, and at least 3,000 soldiers from Xandar got blown the fuck up.
True.
One of which was Peter fucking Serafinowicz. So I'm not watching the sequel. Fuck it. It doesn't have him.
We're done.
He was underused anyways. How disappointing. He was just like, I'm British, so I'm disapproving and angry. And I'm like...
But Johnny C. Reilly's...
John C. Reilly was alright in his role. I was like, okay, yeah.
That's good.
Slightly agreeable cop, dude.
Great.
Ba-doop-boop. Wait. What if it's as stupid as Hercules?
Yeah.
Okay. We get some new B-grade actor, Kevin Sorbo style, where he just should be a model. But now he's acting. And because it's so good, we can't let it go. We get the theme music from Xena, and we're just like da 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 Xena. Do, 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 do,
Also, everyone's voiced by Jimmy Jewel.
Yeah. No, every fairy.
Every fairy.
Hey, listen.
Tingle's voiced by him. Kulu Limpa.
Kulu Loompa. Oh my god. Oh, you're a bad man.
I am a bad man.
No, really. Did I tell you that I was like, yeah, Xena, whatever. And then Tosh starts watching
Zelda
that
should
episode.
be Xena.
Tosh started watching that episode, and I'm like, oh my god, I know every note of this song. This song is incredible. Holy shit.
I did not hear that, no.
Yeah, fucking, I'm serious. I was like, yeah, whatever. Xena's like girl Hercules and is supposed to work on sex appeal to some extent, but I don't find her attractive. But then the theme music starts playing, and I'm like, what the fuck? I know every note. This song is incredible. It was way better than Hercules, theme-wise. So, hey, Final Fantasy 15 demo is confirmed for the launch of Final Fantasy Type 0, which is to say that
it's not just
before they were like, the pre-order will get you the demo eventually, but now they're like, it will get you it at launch. Yay. That's all this news is. Which, we've now talked about this game 3 times, the stupid fucking demo 3 goddamn times, and every time it's been, hey, there's a pre-order with the demo, and then the next time it's like, it may not be at launch, and then there's, oh wait, no, 4. The next time it's like, you don't get to drive the car. And then this time it's like, but you get it at launch. How many times is this demo gonna make the news rounds?
I don't know, man.
Thanks, Bob, for making us a part of the system. I'm gonna throw him to the ground. Bob, why are we talking about Landgrister? No one cares.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not being mean to be funny. I've never once heard someone care about Landgrister. Do you care?
I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
See, he doesn't care. He's like, I don't know. I supposed it was interesting. That might be interesting. In any case, go ahead.
This was, look, man.
Read the news.
It is a Landgrister, which is a game that hasn't seen a sequel in 15 years. Is getting a sequel now on the 3DS thanks to being the new publisher owning the rights to it.
Cool.
So it's never come to the U.S. before. That's why I've never played it. But it's apparently got a pretty decent fan base in Japan and then random place in Europe too.
So the theme of this news
pretty decent size, because I don't think we describe fan bases as decent.
Games Look, man, getting sequels after 15 years, like Persona.
last week you brought in Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's like decades old in the actual classic.
This is just decade old.
I've heard shit. I mean, I know I work for RetroWare, but I've heard people care about Wonder Boy. I'm serious. I've never heard it. And I follow people who should, right?
Okay.
Maybe it's because it's been 15 fucking years. You
right.
just stop caring. Like, by the time Twitter was out, like, invented, no one gave a shit. Because it was like, man, we haven't gotten one in 7 years. We're never getting one. Which is how I feel about Castlevania now.
Yep.
Dead on the inside.
I killed that part of my heart. What? What?
But what is a man? Die, foul monster. You don't belong. Terry Jewel, both of them. It works.
Too well.
Just Ronaldo and fucking...
You know, we need to stop this podcast. We're not all voiced by Jimmy Jewel, so we need to get that fixed.
Get that guy in here. And dub us over. And then we'll do it visually, so that way he shows us the scene talking. So there's a bullet here. I'm going to read the bullet. DICE Awards.
Those happened.
Those sure happened.
I heard Neil Druckmann said a thing, and it was funny to some people, but I didn't understand it. So either I lacked the context of the show,
or it just wasn't funny.
or it just wasn't funny.
I remember laughing at the opener guy.
Who was it?
I don't know. It's just some comedian.
Look at his face! No, go ahead.
But I was drinking at the time, so I couldn't tell you what any of the jokes
That
were.
could mean dick. As in, literally, he could have had his dick out, and I would have been laughing. You're at DICE Awards, not
Suddenly
Dick
I get
Awards.
very, very serious. I don't appreciate this. Put
I
your dick
did-
back in your
I
pants.
didn't ask for penis. You say it like you're John Malkovich. I didn't ask for penis.
I didn't ask for this, penis.
Comma. I didn't ask for this penis. Great. I'm attracted to black guys.
No, what? Only
did
black
this-
guys have penises now?
No. Just like, I don't appreciate this, comma, penis. So the penis, you get a boner, and you're just like, I didn't ask for this attraction to black dudes, apparently.
Now I've made him gay.
In the aggro school, yes. So does anyone know anything?
No.
Shadow of Mordor won almost every category it was nominated for, and Dragon Age Inquisition won Game of the Year.
I heard some shit about maybe Battlefield DICE Frostbite Engine awarded for something. I heard things about, of course, Last of Us, Left Behind, because, that's why Neil Druckmann's there.
What was bringing up Dragon Age actually reminds me of an article I read recently talking about a showing of Dragon Age they did about 1.5 years ago now. It was like at PAX of that year. Mm-hmm. And how it's completely different from the final game.
Why is that a theme? Like
Yeah,
Destiny 2, like...
Yeah, and I remember watching that.
I don't understand. Dragon Age is a bit more like, shouldn't that have conceptually been nailed down?
Yeah.
Right, only 1 year ago. And I remember watching that.
Yeah,
most of that thing.
we watched that.
And
it was filmed off of a TV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember seeing that game, and it didn't
seem like that at all.
Yeah.
I don't.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's
Good
super
job, guys,
weird.
on putting a game together that is also completely different within that year span.
Yeah.
Or, probably more accurately, good job on putting a tech demo together that looks nothing and acts nothing like your game.
It seemed like there are apparently some areas that were still used, but there's so much just cropped out of like what you could do, like using spells to burn boats and all this other crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And oh yeah,
Ambition's
lots
a
of
bitch.
what?
I said ambition is a bitch.
Yeah, and lots
The
of
QA
interactive-
department says half of your game has to go. What? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over my crushed dreams.
Yeah, so that's sad.
Also, they said more Iron Bowl. Fuck QA.
But
Damn it, they're right.
They're so right.
Right. Half of the game, twice as much Iron Ball. Worked out pretty well, I guess.
There was, so real quick, there was a comic. I forget what it was, but it was just like, I spent the day imagining who in Dragon Age would be my imaginary boyfriend. Black, I was like, I've got a cool beard. I've got an eye patch. So difficult to choose.
So, hey, Sony Online Entertainment, the day after our podcast, separated off from Sony. Which is to say, in a better phrase sentence, Sony sold Sony Online Entertainment to some company that had a terrible name, which people were making jokes saying it sounded like a Mass Effect villain because its name was so like, what the fuck?
It was like Empire or something.
No, it was like Columbus something. Columbus Nova, I think is you're right. What? So it's just like a Mass Effect villain bottom. Okay. So now they're independent. This happened right after we recorded the podcast, so we didn't get to make any commentary. So Bob was telling me that the head of the company...
They renamed themselves to the DAYBREAK Game Company.
Full thing. DAYBREAK Game Company is the name of the game company that Sony Online Entertainment used to be. That is impressively worse than Sony Online Entertainment. Good job, guys.
You did it.
Bob was telling me the day that it happened, the head tweeted out something along the lines of, "We're really excited to be working on Xbox One games." And it's just like, you guys haven't delivered any games to PS4. That doesn't really come off as a missed opportunity when you haven't even taken advantage of the opportunity you already have. Thinking! Stop that!
Well, no,
Stop.
They want to get people psyched up for buying games for the Xbox One.
No, they
That's
put
cool,
on
but
DC
still.
Universe online.
No.
Oh wait,
Wait,
yeah, they did.
that's
They
right.
did.
That was their one.
But that game
And they've
was
been working
already
on-
released like 4 years before that. or
But
something.
it's been working out crazy well because it's free to play and on console, and that's a really low barrier, which I love that. I love the idea of free to play on console MMO. Like, works great. Why isn't Destiny free?
I don't know. It feels like a free to play game.
It's trying to suck my soul through my eyeballs like a... Hey,
Hey,
have I mentioned that I thought about platinuming Destiny?
oh my God, let's move on.
You broken shell of a human being. But yeah, Planetside 2 was one of the games they're working on bringing to consoles. Now
Right.
consoles. More than one. Another one, there were... the only other game that anybody really knows they are working on, because they came out with H1Z1 and that's a fucking flop.
Right, but that's not done yet. That's in
Early access.
Early access.
Sure. Okay. In any case, EverQuest Next, which had all of that land, that cool land deformation and item creation stuff like that.
I believe it was called.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem like a game that would work super well on console when so much of the appeal is.
Having that editor's tool set.
Yeah. I mean,
PC
hey,
to use,
if they can get the rest of that working without that, you know, with the voxel-based geometry and everything on
Right, and
on
spells to
console.
affect it, and we haven't seen anything about this game for a long time.
Yeah, I'm
so
sure
I
it's
don't-
fake and gay.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't trust it at all at this point.
Ambition is a motherfucker.
And after seeing H1Z1 and how that is, I can see why Sony would want to chop off this dead weight.
You just have to fucking look at them over the last decade to see why Sony. I mean, here's the thing. It's sad. Let me tell you the story of EverQuest 2, which came out 2 weeks before World of Warcraft.
You don't need to.
I just did.
done.
That sound you heard, slow it down. It tells the whole story. Eric bounced it back to me. You slow it down. People thought EverQuest 2 was an adequate game. With Slash Pizza and exciting new features like that, you really saw new boundaries for MMOs being pushed. But then World of Warcraft was already in beta, and the ground, you could stick your head to the rail and feel the train coming.
Yeah, I loved hearing that story from your brother.
Yes,
That
because
was-
of course he's the best guy to do this. Because like his friend's trying to get him to go to the WoW launch, and he's like, "Dude, I don't need WoW. I have EverQuest 2. It's fine, whatever." And he's like, "No, just come to launch, pick up a copy, whatever." He's like, "Fine, I guess I'll do it." 9 hours later, when his wife wakes up, he's like, "Hey, you should try this. I need to sleep for 1 hour." And then he was generous. He slept for 2. And then he got up and took over again. And he's like, "Durr." And thus the wowing began.
And then the MMO Destroyer was born.
It is funny because, as I mentioned on Twitter, I realized our fans don't really have a context for who the fuck Steve Mitchell is.
Yeah.
Like, we have done no job at representing the fucking god beast that motherfucker is in MMOs. So when I'm like, yeah, but if we start a fucking Final Fantasy 14 thing, Steve will just show up and be in charge of it all of a sudden. And people are just like, what does that mean? Like, you're just going to give it to him? I'm like, no, you're going to give it to him.
Steve Mitchell.
By the end of Steve Mitchell.
Steve Mitchell looks at MMOs and
And
can
unfurls
calculate like he dominates them.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like one of the first ones to get one of the new classes? where
Level
they-
capped
Yeah,
on,
level-
yeah, he was server first for level capping Death Knight. Or Death Paladin in WoW.
He he beats MMOs.
His
He
guild
just
was
does that.
the top
he
guild.
gets bored with them after he's wrung all of their worth out of them.
Every time he takes over a guild, it becomes the top guild on the server. Hilariously, in one case, pushing a guild named Number 1 Guild to second place. Fuck those guys, they had it coming. But yeah, no, he runs shit like a machine. He actually just came back to Final Fantasy 14 to
Which is funny because
hang out with my
How
cousin.
do I do?
Yeah,
and I had to help
he
him
shows up
explain.
in the fucking guild and he's like, "Hey guys, I don't understand. They changed these systems. How do I do things?" They're like, "Ha ha, fucking scrub." And some guy's like, "You shut the fuck up. That's the original guild founder." They're like, "Oh shit."
Shit, I'm sorry. May I please suck your dick?
Man, please suck your dick. fucking. So he walks up to my cousin and he's like, "Hey, Ashley, I need some things to get a fat chocobo. Is that all right?" She's like, take it from the bank. No one will say anything." He's like, "Okay." So Steve, he'll run your shit at Gestapo bullshit years later.
Which also, Fat Chocobo, you can only get through the collector's edition. So
yeah.
Yeah, he was getting the black chocobo.
Oh, that's right.
the Black Chocobo.
Yes.
He's like, I can't.
Or maybe a certain exact shade of purple black.
Oh, that's right.
You can recolor your Chocobos.
Yeah, because it has like 255 shades of each color or something, because it's 8-bit, and that's fucking incredible.
Right.
That's like Alucard's cape in Symphony of the Night, but even better.
Because it's a fucking bird.
Because it's a Chocobo, baby. Chocobo, baby. So yeah, ambition is a bitch is the theme of tonight. Let's roll that back and do the opposite. Toe Jam and Earl is getting a sequel.
Yeah,
What is-
the announcers released it on their Facebook page.
I'm sure
Cool.
Agro's excited. Actually, he doesn't know yet because they announced it on their Facebook page. I couldn't even find this news on like legitimate news sites for games.
Can we run a website called Legitimate News Site for Games?
Yes.
We should just run a YouTube show called Legitimate News Show for Games. What do you think about Gamergate? And then it cuts to Fox News style. Two fucking people we reached out to for comment. They're just screaming at each other in shrill, unintelligible voices.
The Dragon Ball Z.
No. And I'm just staring straight at the camera as they're in boxes next to me doing that. And I'm like, And Tom? Okay, thank you. And the segment over. All that got out were shrill screams. But yeah, Toe Jam and Earl sequel made by some random assholes. Thanks, Sega. We're glad you care. Because they own that. They're like, IPs, hand them out. I think Eric just hates Sega more because he's like, Toe Jam and Earl and Sonic, fuck them. But no, what was that? Just
Sega and Phantasy Star.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Eternal deep sadness.
Eternal deep dark sadness.
Isn't that the second expansion for Phantasy Star?
Deep dark
No,
sadness.
that's called Fuck America. Hey, Bob.
What's up?
There's a game on here. It is called Night Cry.
Yes.
And the first gameplay trailer just came out. It is made by the person who made Clock Tower. Am I correct?
That is right.
It is
Was
the
it
spiritual
name
successor.
was Project Scissors?
Yes,
right?
Project Scissors.
Project Scissors. And it is the spiritual successor.
Yes.
Yes. And that thing in the trailer, that is the enemy that's hunting you down, is the thing basically from.
Except
Did
now
you
instead
guys-
of being an orphan, you're a woman made of tits.
Did you guys know?
Or tit burka.
I actually read some interview with that guy recently. He talked about, back when I was younger, I liked women to be more submissive, and now he's like, no, I want like some hardcore woman. And then we see it, and she's like, gigantic boobs.
Hey, gigantic boobs does not mean submissive. Let me tell you, that means they're in charge. And
That means
that's what it
incredible
means to
back
him.
strength. That's what that means.
In Japan, that definitely means they're in charge.
Yes.
She's American.
I'm not saying that he's going
Right,
against anything.
right.
I'm just saying, wow, that's
That
all
is
right, I
his
see where you're-
definition. He has illustrated this for us.
Yes.
Thank you, good sir.
Also, did you guys know he made Steel Battalion?
I feel like I did know that
Yes.
at one point, yeah.
One thing from the gameplay trailer I thought was really cool is when you're hiding in like the closet in the whatever, like with the slats and stuff, like hiding from the guy who's killing you. You have to control your heartbeat.
Sorry.
By
You're hiding from the guy that's killing you. He's just shoving the knife through you, and you're like,
Okay.
I don't think he's found me.
He's trying to kill you.
In any case, their heartbeat.
You have to control your heartbeat. There's like a little cursor on the screen that's moving around. You have to control keep your shit together by keeping your mouse in the tiny circle as it zips around the screen. I thought that was really cool.
Apparently, this is coming to mobile, and there's a Kickstarter to get it on PC. Is that right?
Yes, it's definitely coming to mobile, and they're just doing the Kickstarter to get it on more platforms. PC being the main want.
It sounds weird, but I would really like this game if it was like from a first-person perspective and Oculus Rift style.
Huh?
Because
Yeah?
I feel
No.
like
Okay.
I feel like the thing from Clock Tower and the thing that's shown in this trailer, which is pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not a normal height, has giant scissors, hobbles kind of slowly, clanking them. Really terrifying enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dealing with that when you have to keep looking over your shoulder.
And sometimes you'll just see like the one blade of the scissors come up in the corner of your eye, and then your head falls off.
And the first shot of that trailer, and I said it, and I'll say it again. There's nothing creepier than a creature figure walking slowly down the hallway at you with its head doing that jiggly bobby shaky thing.
Like PT.
Yeah.
And I told Eric that's not true. You can diffuse that situation by playing the Harlem Shake. And most horror movies, most horror things you can't do that. Like the chick from The Ring crawling out of the TV, that's not less scary with the Harlem Shake. That just seems random. But the whoop to the head is just that you have fully contextualized that and neutralized it.
Yeah.
If only we had music selections for everything in a maybe Bangarang would stop jump scares. Like dog leaps through the window in Resident Evil. Bangarang!
No, and I hate myself because I've already thought of it. Now I'm not going to be able to sleep. I know what is scarier. There was a trailer for Silent Hill 3 that one of the enemies is like this weird cloaked thing that walks on hands with white skin and two baby heads, and it's just an image of it running down a hallway at you going like that. No, I'm out. Done.
I love the Silent Hill games because how the enemies represent deeper in a psychological problems with the characters. Like that's deep.
Silent Hill 4. That was 4.
Okay, that actually makes it more interesting because I was thinking about the character from 3 and I'm like, how does that work?
Yeah, no, it was 4.
I'm a 15-year-old girl who has psychoses about having not had babies.
Isn't
what?
That's she's supposed to be 15?
She's 3. She's a teenager, yeah.
Oh, wow. I always thought she was like in her 20s or something.
What?
I never...
No, that's the visual style of it.
Okay.
Her skin looks old because the visual style of Silent Hill 3. It's not... I could see you look at her face and you go, you're old. It's kind of like, you're 21, right? No, I'm 16. Thanks for the boost. Fuck.
I smoke a lot.
Throwing knife. Just like, and if you accidentally sell alcohol to a minor, here's your throwing knife. You're going to need to nip that in the bud. I'm going to need to what? You know what? What's the name of that dumb movie with the curfew or the Reckoning Day where it's like one day a year, blah, blah, blah.
Purge.
The Purge, yeah.
Okay,
right.
The Purge, much better movie if you just replace the female voice that's like so cool because it doesn't even care. It's like, the Purge has begun. Make sure, blah, 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 blah. Jimmy Jewel.
God,
hey, everybody.
Jerry
Jewel. Sorry, I said it because he said it.
I did say that.
Yeah. Jimmy Judo.
Jimmy Judo is my favorite character in Pokemon.
I fucking, I'm going to write a webcomic about Jimmy Judo. I'm going to do that. And
Jimmy Judo Monchan.
Let's see. And Rachel. Okay, I need something. I need some parallel to that. I'll figure that out. But in any case, Nightcrawler looked really cool.
Yeah, it's nifty. It sounds
nice
like
little
it's a
point
super,
and click
yes,
sort of style.
Yeah,
kind of like the original Clock Tower.
Yeah, which I didn't know about Clock Tower. I didn't know that until I read the interview about Nightcry and how it plays like that. And I was like, oh, huh.
And I always figured Super NES. So like seeing these really detailed animations on Super NES and hearing these really good sound effects, like the soundtrack and the screams in that game were really good for Super NES. And that way that's
I think
really
Rue did a 16-bit gems on it, actually.
Yes, he did. So if you want to check that out, go Rue from Clan of the Grey Wolf.
Clan of the Waywolf.
Waywolf.
Way! It looks like that stupid dog from The Simpsons that was an Itchy and Scratchy, the really edgy dog.
Yes.
Was that? Yes, Poochie. What? The Waywolf.
Yes.
Yo, you're listening to Cool from the Waywolf. But in any case, yeah, he has a 16-bit gems on that. Back when
I honestly didn't know
back when he made things.
The first thing the only thing I really had context for Clock Tower was Clock Tower 3 on the PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen.
Didn't they remake one on the PS1? I feel like they did.
Probably.
And that never came over. Actually, I don't think Clock Tower on the Super NES ever did either. I think it's a fan translation. But yeah, I always wanted to play that series. But at the same time, it seems frustrating that way old point and clicks like Shadowgate would be, where it's like, I died. What was I supposed to do?
Help, what do?
Also, it's random.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
It's different each time.
Like the killer pops up in different areas that every time is different.
Nice.
So you have to kind of adapt to that.
Yeah.
And you're a tiny girl, and you're like, no, and that's how that works.
My favorite scene in that, if I remember correctly, is he's like, oh, there's a meat cooler. Let's open it up. And there's just fucking pests on everything. And they start flying out. And she's like,
Wow.
It was almost Don Hertzfeltian. But in any case, so hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
Bob.
Why do you do this to yourself, Bob? Why do you find these news articles?
How about you
and then
talk
begin
about
to
this? And I will step aside while you explain to Eric your hate and become blood brothers.
Let's see. Devil May Cry. DMC, Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry.
Got it.
One more time.
Devil May Cry. There we go.
What do devils do?
They cry. Maybe.
Okay.
Anyway, they're adding, for the new release of it, a must-style mode where you need to keep your rank at S to do damage to enemies.
Just so we're clear, must-style mode.
You must style. You style all over them.
Jesus.
So, what are your feelings about Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry?
They are not good.
Okay.
But I am willing to try this one because they have tried extensively to appease the fans. They have very much upset, which is kind of crazy to do with this game. Because it's like, to appease the fans, you just don't re-release it. You just never mention it again.
You bury it in the backyard.
Basically. But yeah, they're doing 60 frames per second. They're adding a target system, which, God, that game needs a target system. I was actually able to catch, weekly they're doing streams of it.
Yeah.
And ask a few questions on that of the people there. The target thing, it will let you do stingers, but you can't do launch using the new target system.
Okay, so did they explain how you would do launch?
Launch is still the launch button from the original release,
that's right,
which is
I feel like
because that's just a wasted button at that point. You could have any number of things on that.
yeah, that's true. But do you want them adding things?
No, I mean the game does not have enough buttons for what it wants you to do.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So
I mean, honestly, I hated the hold this button to be dark, hold this button to be holy.
that was awful. Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's
that is
terrible.
still in there. I double checked with them.
Not even Lords of Shadow was that bad. Yeah. Like even that was just click it. Just
And
click it.
the guy on the stream was you can now toggle target on and off, or you can do the classic hold to do a target. And
Where's Antoniades? Oh, Tamim, he's busy on our next game, Hellblade. He can't be here right now. A fucking closet opens and a dead body falls out.
I
Oh,
saw
look, he
him
just
in the
came in.
I saw him in the
Turns
developer
camera
review for that other game.
Oh, Hellblade?
Yeah, he is still
He
working
did an
on it.
interview with...
Yeah, he ran one because they're releasing developer blogs. I watched the
over there at the Ninja Theory.
Yes.
I've got a theory. A ninja theory brought to you by Jerry Jewell.
But yeah,
I get $1 every time I say that.
it's like, I mean,
This podcast is going to be episode 56, The Game Company, as voiced by Jimmy Jewell. Jerry Jewell. Jerry, Jimmy, Jammy Jewels.
Dude, no.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
that's the one.
So, Bob,
What's up?
got any more to say?
Trying to remember if I asked him
Here,
anything
let me slip
else.
into the next headline while you're...
All right, go for it.
Club Nintendo's ending.
Yeah, that stinks.
Yep.
But it's being replaced by another system that have they talked about yet?
No.
Okay.
And that just means, oh, well, you don't get everything you built up over those years is gone. It's fine, though, because we got a new system. But, everything else is gone. All those points you got from putting in your 3DS and your Wii U and everything. Yeah, no, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, so that loyalty system.
Not
See how well
so
that
lawyer.
turned out?
Not so loyal.
What have we learned?
Be more loyal? Damn right.
But
Did you guys hear from their quarterly earnings? Apparently, there wasn't really an uptick in Wii U sales when Smash came out. In fact, year over year, it's a downtick.
Oh, that's bad.
Because everyone who bought Smash already bought it or got the 3DS one. And they just have that one friend who has it on Wii U. Or they don't even care that much and they're like, this is good enough. Or they just didn't... Or they're just the ultimate dirtbag who mooches both the 3DS version and the Wii U.
Yeah,
Good job.
that's me.
Top level. By the way, I'm enjoying all of your PS4 games. They are tasty.
Oh, good. Oh.
me!
But are you playing Final Fantasy?
No! Would that prevent me from having to buy it?
I don't think with the subscription fee.
I mean, I would have to pay the subscription.
Also, you'd have to have your own account. I don't know if it would circumvent you.
But if I got a subscription, wow, that would be the ultimate dirtbag move of like, how much did you buy it for?
$20.
Okay, now they're not offering that because that was a sale.
Yeah.
But it's the ultimate dirtbag move of like, you don't even get 20, you get 0. Plus $12 a month. How much?
I don't know. I haven't had to pay a subscription yet because the first, when you buy it, it gives you 30 days of game time. I haven't run out yet.
I believe standard.
1 second. You've had that game for less than a month.
Yeah.
And this many episodes of the podcast have been you not shutting the hell up about it.
That is correct.
I really hope, like most human experiences, you just become dull to the various stimuli, and over time you say less shit about it.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Because you each time
because
you give
I
me
have
more and more
to
murder
say.
eyes.
Here are my points of reference. That game's pretty. It's an MMO. That realm turns out reborn.
These are all true facts. Good job.
I'm really
top-notch
good at
journalism.
I try. That's why I went
There's a free demo.
That's why I went to journalism college.
Give it a play.
Hey,
Give it a
I got
try.
lots of things to play. I didn't play Unfinished Swan or Transistor or Bastion.
Unfurnished Swan.
Oh, the unfurnished Swan.
Oh God, I want to see the furnished Swan.
There's some tasteful end tables.
Right?
Yes. They're all very tiny.
It's fucking like drilled into it. It's just like moving and flapping little nightstands and shit. So hey, Metal Gear Rising 2 got a teaser.
And by teaser, it means a number.
Yeah.
In a font that
That's
is
a
similar.
teaser. It's a teaser image.
All right.
Yeah.
That happened.
And then Kojima denied that was the thing, and that was really annoying.
It was super
it just
annoying.
said
That's
that
stupid.
he's not working on it, which means not a lot because Platinum did.
No, he said something to the effect of that wasn't from Konami, that was from Sony.
Yeah, that's actually what he said. He's like, no, that was Sony who did that. That wasn't a Konami joint. And I'm like, okay, Kojima. You want us to believe for a moment that there's some Sony franchise that everyone forgot that style of font would fit, that they're making the first sequel for. Because if it's the second game, and if it's metallic blue font
with lightning.
Well, that edged, yeah.
Legend of Legaia 2 Plus.
Oh.
Starhawk 2.
I want to care. That game, I still think it's a good game. I don't think the multiplayer's balanced.
Yeah,
that was miserable, but I think the single player was really well executed for what it is. It's a single player wrapped around a third-person shooter that's supposed to be a bit more strategic and vehicle-based. They did an amazingly good job at that, especially when you look at shit like Battlefield and their single player in the past. Yeah, yeah. I just Space Cowboys, come on! We never did that co-op thing.
No, we didn't.
Where you, like, set up waves.
Yeah, and apparently it's not balanced for just 2 people. You need 4.
Well, we know 4 people.
Okay.
We should just get a thing going. Is that all the news, Bob?
I think that's all the news.
Okay, that's all the news. Is that all the news?
Oh.
Was the fact that was all the news? Because
yes.
then that wouldn't have been all the news, because then that...
Oh, no.
GigaBoots has been brought to you by the support of our producers Vincent Poverk and Cywolf via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.